we're so used to, going to the embassy with one reason, which a lot of times they turn you back because it's the same recycled reason that everybody has. And so I'm hoping this will give people, you know, because it's you get to do too many things. You get to like kill two birds with one stone. You can come here and attend a trade show to be able to, improve your business back home, improve your agriculture back home, and it can also open up a lot of opportunities because I'm sure. So there's two ways. If when you talk about agricultural and farm trade shows, there's two ways that you can come. Okay, so you can come in as just a regular attender. You can come in as just a regular attender. You're just attending the trade shows, the trade missions, and these exhibits and all that stuff. But you can also exhibit. You can come as an exhibitor. What happens is when you come as an exhibitor, they'll give you a booth. So, let's say you have a business back home and you do horticultural crops. So you can register, go to any of those websites, and there's always, you can reserve a booth. So you can reserve a booth. So what happens is when you actually come to that show, you bring in your products, and you're able to have your booth, and that you can be able to display, which is always good because then, in terms of expanding your business, is you're really opening up your business for international markets. So that's one part of it. So you can just go to learn, because a lot of this, especially when you're in Kenya and you think about agriculture, and this is so I when I came to the US, I came as an F1 student, and and the scholarship that I came with is an agricultural scholarship. So what I had to do is I worked with a company that used to, so they would produce oil seeds. Oil seeds, they were flax seeds. Flax seeds, they would produce flax seeds, and either grind them for flour, or they would crush them for oil. So there's like oil seeds. The oil seeds, they crush them for oil, and flax seeds are known for like omega-3 and a lot of things. So what happens is, with agriculture, there's a lot of opportunities, especially coming from Kenya and looking at seeing how agriculture is done in Kenya, and then coming to the US and seeing how it's done. It's totally different. A lot of times when you think about agriculture back home, it's more subsistence. People just grow to eat. It's so you grow, eat, and maybe sell a little bit. People don't think about, big scale. And when you think about a country like Kenya has uh, agriculture is very untapped. It's one of those areas that, there's a lot of opportunities, job opportunities for a lot of people, but it's very untapped uh, because of the way people view agriculture. When you come to the US, agriculture is very automated. So you would hardly see somebody take, well, is it a hoe? Like a hoe to be able to dig. That's not how farmers do it here. Everything here is pretty much automated. So, they have seeders, they have tillers, they have everything. Like, they have machines that till the grounds, they have machines that seed the grounds, they have machines that harvest the crops and all that stuff. And so part of coming to trade shows is you get to be exposed to all this technology that is not happening in Kenya. All right. So I think we can go ahead and start, unless I think we have a quorum, and I'm recording this, so we can go ahead and start. And they'll vary. This trade shows and missions, They're either called trade missions, they are called trade shows, they are called export shows. They are everywhere. They're everywhere in the US, and they're very, very different. And so I'll take you through a few of them, and we'll talk through, we'll talk through them. So some of them have, like, they cater for international visitors. And so some of those, if you go to their websites, you'll find they even have sections on international visitors. And so some of those shows, they know, like, if you tell them I'm from Kenya, they'll ask you for information so that they can send you a letter of invitation. But others don't have, others haven't been, people from people like from Africa haven't come to ask for opportunities to be able to attend this show. So they don't know. But really, the only thing you need to be able to go to the embassy is that letter of invitation, which you go to that website and look at. They always have a person to contact. This is a person to contact. You just write them, okay? Just write them and then tell them I need a letter of invitation, and then they'll send you a letter of invitation. And then that's what you'll use to be able to go for your visa interview. But some of them, they already know. It's a lot of international people come to those shows. Ati ongea Kiswahili pia. Mnataka niongee Kiswahili? Itakuwa ngumu kuongea Kiswahili kwa sababu tuna nini? Kuna mtu asikii Kiswahili? I have a graduation invite. Is the embassy still granting those visas? Yeah, I mean, you can get visas for visiting. Wait, is there anybody who cannot understand Swahili? But also, this is difficult to speak in Swahili because we'll be talking about so many things that nitakwama. I'm saying because of Tanzanians. Oh, I'll speak slowly. I'll speak slowly. Okay. All right. So we'll stick to English. I'll try to take the accent, the American accent, out of my English. That way people can be able to understand me. Okay. All right. So the first, man, it's good. It's hard to not use that. All right, use a mixture to accommodate that. Okay, so the first one that we're going to talk about is called the Farm Progress Show. So Farm Progress Show. Farm Progress Show. In Kenya, you would say Farm Progress Show. So the Farm Progress Show is held between, it's held between two states. It's held between Illinois and Iowa. So last year, 2022, the show was in Iowa. 2023, the show is in Illinois. Okay. So it's in Decatur, the name of the city that it's in. It's in Decatur, Illinois. And the Farm Progress Show, it's been done for over 50 years. It pretty much brings farmers all over, like from all over the globe, from very leading companies. And so there's like hundreds of exhibitors. This particular one, the Farm Progress Show, this one caters for international visitors. So if you go to this website, which I told you, if you're just joining in, I'll put the links in the YouTube video. That way you can come check them out. Okay. So the Farm Progress Show, this one is an international show. This one's, they already know that they attract a lot of international people, and they have a section just for international visitors. And so if you need an invitation letter, if you go to that website, they'll tell you. And I'll put that website. So it's pretty much, it brings in a lot of exhibitors. Exhibitors are like businesses that for people who have never attended a trade show. So if you attend a trade show, a trade mission, or a farm event, what happens is there's usually businesses that ask for a booth. So like a company like John Deere. A company like John Deere has, let's say they have a booth, okay? And in like John Deere manufactures like tractors and big machinery. Okay, so for them, they'll have a space out there where they'll put all their trucks. That way, people can go see the trucks in person, but they'll also have a booth that people can visit, ask questions, and and do business too. So Farm Progress Show is the first show, and this one is happening August 29th to 31st of 2023. Okay, so it's a 3-day show. And then because it's an international show and they've done this before, they give you pretty much everything. They'll help you with the hotels and travel, booking everything. So this one is international, and they already know. And in the page, so like if you go to the page that says international visitors, let's go there. Yeah, so it gives you the name. It gives you the name and email address. So it says, if you require a letter of invite, contact Tanya Kalp, and then gives you the email for that person. So, and then they tell you, it's a show that it has a lot. It has agriculture, manufacturing, and tourism. There's space to exhibit, and it's free Wi-Fi access and everything. And there's big sponsors that sponsor this event. Like Polaris and Syngenta. It's a big show. Big show. Everyone got that? It's called the Farm Progress Show. It's in Decatur, Illinois. Those who do not know Illinois, you've probably heard of Chicago. Chicago is a big city in Illinois. So this one is in another city called Decatur. Decatur, Illinois. Any questions on the Farm Progress Show? Anyone, or can we move on to the next one? All right. Anyone? I think we're good. Okay, we're good with that then. We're good with that one. So that, yeah, like I said, that show alternates between Iowa and Illinois. Iowa 1 year, Illinois. So no, so the event is for 3 days, but most probably when they give you, they'll give you, if you go apply for a visa, Kenya, like in Kenya, you get the multi-entry 5-year visa. Okay. But then when you go into that's what you're saying. You're going to attend the show, but then you can do something else too. But mainly when you go to the visa, interview, you're saying, I'm going to attend the Farm Progress Show, and it's 3 days. When you get your visa, and then you go to the port of entry, what happens is, the officer there will, when they give you the I-94 and they stamp it, usually they give you, so they cannot give you more than 6 months. The most you can get is 6 months, but it's probably going to be about 6 months. I don't think they would give you they would stamp your I-94 for 3 days, because things always happen. You get into the US and things always happen, and they know that sometimes you might go. So here's the other thing. If you come with a B1, if you come with a B1 visa, which is a business visa, and you want to go and do vacation, you don't have to apply to change it from a B1 to a B2. Okay? You don't have to apply, because most of the time they'll just give you a 6 months. They'll just give you an I-94 for 6 months. So when you go, yeah, and then so when you come here, then you can, it's like that show, you'll meet a lot of people. You'll meet a lot of employers, you'll meet a lot of business associates. So there's a lot of things. So depending on what way you are going, this opportunity can open up so many things. You can go there looking for business. Maybe you have a business in Kenya, an agricultural business in Kenya, that you want to be able to expand internationally. You can be able to do that, because one of the good things about going to a show as big as that one, where there's thousands of exhibitors, is you'll be able to network with people. You'll be able to network with people, and you'll meet so many different contacts. You'll meet so many different people, so much different technology, a lot of things that open up for you. Whether you're looking for, whether you want to go there and you connect with somebody who will employ you, that's also a case. But also, I know some of you who may ask, if I go and if I get to the US with a B1 B2 visa, what are my other options if I go there and I find a good company that that is really interested in working with me, and I'm interested in maybe staying and learning from them, or something like that. For those of you who are new, I actually have already done a video that says, that talks about, once you're in the US with a B1 B2 visa, your intent is not to immigrate to the US. Your intent is to go and come back. But sometimes things happen and you get here, and sometimes things happen when you get here, and things open up, like that job opens up for you, or you come here and you get a really good agricultural school or something like that, and you want to change. That video, by the way, it's already I've put it on my YouTube. It's premiering, I think, sometime later this month or something like that. So yeah, you have other options. But when you come to a show like the Farm Progress Show, they'll give you a B1, B1 B2 visa, but then you have options from that. It's just the opportunity it opens up for you. All right, let's go to the second one. The second one is also a big one. This one is also a big one. Let me see if this one should be able to also take care of international visitors. It's called the Sunbelt Ag Expo. Sunbelt Ag Expo is a big one. This is a huge one. It's an agricultural-based trade show that is held in Spencefield, in Moultrie, Georgia. Moultrie, Georgia. Okay, it's known as the North America's premier farm show. So it's an annual event with more than 1,200 exhibitors showcasing their latest farming technology. Okay, so whether you are a large production farmer, or you're just a small farmer, this is the event you don't want to miss. This is a huge event. 1,200 exhibitors. That tells you this is a big trade show. It's called the Sunbelt AG for agriculture. Sunbelt Agricultural Expo, but they call it Sunbelt AG Expo. So it's in Moultrie, Georgia. Let me see Moultrie, Georgia, where Moultrie, Georgia is in relation to Atlanta, because I know a lot of people know Atlanta, Georgia. Let me see where Moultrie, Georgia is in relation to. So you probably have to fly into Atlanta. Atlanta is a big airport. Atlanta is a big international airport. So you're looking at traveling there. You probably fly into Atlanta. The first one that I was talking about in Decatur, Illinois, that one you'll probably have to fly into Chicago O'Hare. Chicago O'Hare is an international airport, and there's a port of entry there. So Moultrie is only 3 hours from Atlanta, so not too far from Atlanta. Not too far from Atlanta, and I think Atlanta is it's close to Florida, so maybe another airport close to Florida, but it looks like Atlanta International, Jackson Atlanta International Airport will be an option for you. Okay, so Sunbelt AG. The show is in October 17th to the 19th. So again, this is a 3-day show, 17th, 18th, and 19th. And again, like we talked, you go there, like this people, if if you want to exhibit, there's a place in the website that you can go and register to be an exhibitor. And so whatever you do, just that that could make it easier for you to to get a visa if you have a booth and you're going to you're actually going to exhibit stuff in the show. And it's not very expensive to actually. Here, let me see if I can get the how much. But then, so because this is another big one, they'll give you all the information. And if you need like a invite letter, there's information in there that tells you. Let me see if they give you so deposit. Your contract will not be processed without the minimum 50% deposit. Okay, what comes with an okay, so yeah, so they say this is if you decide to come not just as a visitor, if you have a booth that you want to exhibit your products. They tell you outside lot includes so you get some place to plug your things. It's 100. No, that can be. They just give you a lot of information on if you wanna know the price, they give you the person that you can contact. They don't put the price in there for how much it takes. But yeah, so yeah, the Sunbelt Agricultural Expo. This is in Georgia. Another big one. So another big one that caters for international visitors. All right, moving on to the next one. The next one is the World Floral Expo. So it's a flowers kind of an they showcase different people. They showcase different farmers who just focus on flowers. So this is different flowers, hybriding flowers, everything you need to know about flowers. It's a floral expo. This one is in New York. It's in New York, and it's going to be happening in September 7th to 8th. So this one is only 2 days, but it's a floral expo. So if you're there and you specialize in flowers, if flowers is your specialty, if that's what you do, if that's what you do back home, then this could be a great opportunity for you. So I'm actually looking at the people who are exhibiting, and this is the countries that are exhibiting there. There's Ecuador, Colombia, USA, Ecuador. There's Italy, China. There's Ethiopia. There's a company from Ethiopia. It's called Ethiopia Flower Growers Pavilion. So they actually have a booth. These people from this company from Ethiopia, they have a booth there. And so if you have a floral company and you specialize, oh wait, there's actually someone else from Kenya. It's the Kenya Flower Growers Pavilion. They have a booth. They have a booth here. And again, if you're coming in now, I'll post the links for this website on my YouTube page, so you can be able to go and get it there. So yeah, there's a Kenyan there who has a booth. Kenya Flower Growers Pavilion. Might be somebody, if you're interested in knowing how to go about it, that could be a person here. Let me see. If I go look at the Kenya Flower Growers Pavilion, let me see if I can find them. But this is a company from Kenya. I don't know if they have there's a Kenya Flower Council. It doesn't look like they have a website. but I'm sure maybe if you look for them, on social, other social medias, I'm sure you can be able to find them. So yeah, there's a Kenyan exhibiting at the World Floral Expo. World Floral Expo. So yeah, people always ask, hey, how can I, show me connection? How do I get to the US? This is a way. You don't even need a host, because all you just need is, to go register for an event like this. They have hotel information, and you can just be able to book a hotel, and you'll stay there for, however long the trade show is. And then the rest is really up to you. But yeah, that's interesting. There's a Kenyan who is exhibiting, but there's a lot of companies too. So yeah, so think about florists, think about, people in Kenya. There's a lot of, I know flowers is a big industry in Kenya. And so if you know somebody who's looking at expanding, because I'm sure we have some exotic flowers in Kenya uh, that you can't find anywhere else in the world. And I'm sure that would be, we export flowers. Kenya, if you have somebody who wants to grow and expand, or if you're looking for an opportunity to, you don't have to be established. All you have to do is grow bougainvillea in your backyard, grow flowers, and then apply to come know more about flowers. Okay, so someone is asking, that's good, but the money for that process. So this is actually it. The only cost you would get is, one, the cost of the show, which they're not usually very expensive, and then you have to apply for the B1 B2 visa, which is about 20,000, and then buy your air ticket, and then the hotel. So they say like with the green card process you need like 250,000. With 250,000, let me see. So if your air ticket is 150, and then you have the 20,000, and then let's say you stay in a hotel they that charges 20,000 or so in a day, and you're staying for like 20,000 for a week. Let's say like 100,000. So 100,000 plus 120,000 plus 20,000, about 250, and then plus the fee, it's like 20,000. So yeah, 250,000 gets you around there. I know. Yeah. So the other thing, it's when you think about moving to the US, there's not very many options that will not require you to at least have some chums, because even you get your green card, it's about, oh, which currency? Oh, I'm talking about 250,000 Kenya shillings. So 250,000 Kenya shillings. That's about 2,500 US dollars or less. Yeah. 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 Well, but it's also, coming to the US is not, it's not always, I don't know, unless you, even when you did. So my school was all paid. You still have to buy fare to come to the US, unfortunately. That is, it's a give and take. It's a give and take, and green card and like coming as a visitor is one of the least expensive ways to come to the US. Because then when you think about marriage, there's a lot more money that is involved in filing the other other visas. And when you think about the work visa, that is even worse, because there's even more money in a work visa. But when you think about like a green card or a tourist, a B1, That's on the lower end. That's on the lower end of. So unfortunately, that's what it takes to get to the World Floral Expo. It's happening in September 2023, September 8th, September 7th and 8th in New York. So if you've never been to New York, that could be, that could be a opportunity for you. All right. And what I did is I just sampled a lot of things. As you'll notice, there's a lot of variety here. So because we went just agriculture, and then we started talking about people who are in flowers, and then the next one we're talking about loggers. Loggers are the people who logging. Logging is a big big industry here in the U.S. So the Loggers Expo, this is it's a Northeastern Forest Products Equipment Expo. This logging, cutting trees. They use trees to make all this different. There's logs, there's furniture, there's all those things, and so logging is a big industry. Logging is a big industry here in the U.S. And so if you're interested in going to an expo that is just specializes in logging, this one could be for you, the Loggers Expo. The Loggers Expo is happening May 19th to the 20th. It's happening at the Cross Insurance Center in Bangor, Maine. This is in Maine. So, yeah, so we're still in the East Coast. So we went from New York to Maine. Maine is in New England, which is still in the East Coast. So Cross Insurance Center, Bangor, it's, the registration is open. Again, if you're interested in that, if you want to get a letter of invitation, if the website I'll put on my YouTube, it'll give you the emails, people to call, and then you can ask for whatever you need to be able to get your visa. Okay. All right. So loggers, I don't know if logging is a big big industry in Kenya. So I don't know, but I'm sure we do logging. We do logging. We do logging. I think a lot of logging that we do is maybe for charcoal. They do logging and do charcoal, do logging and so many other things. And so yeah. So this one is a much smaller show, the Loggers Expo. It's about 200 and 250 exhibiting companies, but they have a lot of people. They attract like 5,000 to 7,000 people. Okay, but like the other AG show, that's a huge one. Like with 1,200 exhibitors, I'm sure there's tens and thousands of people. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Lillian. There's tens of thousands of people who attend that. So logging, if logging is for you, you'll find that link on my YouTube, the Kenyan American Home. Okay, so then we move from logging to another. From logging to another industry. This is the Angus convention. Angus is so we're going to the beef. Is it beef farming? Yeah, beef farming. It's the Angus convention. It's for, I think, for farmers that just specialize in Angus. Angus is a type of is it a cow? But it's really cattle. They call it cattle. Yeah, this is another smaller show, about 2,000 people attending, and it's in Salt Lake City. Oh wait, no, they changed it. 2022, this show was in Salt Lake City, Utah. Salt Lake City is very close to Salt Lake City. Logging. Oh, someone is asking about logging. Logging is with a double G. Logging with a double G. Loggin. Logging, like, when they cut trees down, that's called a log. when they cut a tree and then they cut they remove the branches and they're left with a log. That's logging. Bow, bow, bow. This is America. Everything we're talking about is US. So if you want to come to the US, this is what we're only talking about US agricultural shows. Okay, logging, bow, bow, bow. Yeah, logging, bow. I know that might not be a big thing in Kenya. Hopefully people understand. All right. So the Angus Convention, it's about beef farming, everything to know about cattle. Cattle farming is huge. Ng'ombe. Cattle is ng'ombe in Swahili. Cattle is so people specialize here in the US. They specialize. People don't just do, how when you think about a cow in Kenya, you think about a cow will give you milk and then it'll give you meat. But now here, people specialize. People specialize in that they'll do they'll do only beef farming, or they'll do or they'll do the milk, the concentrate on the cows that produce milk. So dairy farming or beef farming. But very, very often you don't find people who mix. People don't mix because it's a huge industry. So if people do just beef farming, they concentrate on beef. If people do dairy farming, they concentrate on dairy. Yeah, and when we're talking about farming here, it's big acres of land. Like if you have 3,000 acres or more, that's what we're talking about. So when we're talking about cows, we're talking about a lot of cattle. I don't know how to say that without the American accent. Cattle. Yeah, they call it cattle. It's cattle. Thank you, Lillian. Cattle. So this one is happening this year. So this show happens every November, and it's happening November 4th to the 6th of this year, and it's gonna be in Orlando, Florida. It's a good one if you want to go to Florida. Is like Mombasa. When you think about Florida, think about Mombasa. Orlando is more landlocked. So I don't know, maybe Voi or something, but Orlando is cool. So this one is in a nice place. So if you want to go to a place that there's a lot of things to do in Orlando. A lot of things to do in Orlando, and you're not very far from the beach. Yeah, so that's the Angus Convention. It's much smaller, sponsored by. So these are big. These shows are usually sponsored by huge companies. So when I'm talking about you going to a show like this, you get to interact with big companies. Because often these shows are sponsored by big companies, talking about like the John Deere's, big companies. So this is opportunity. Think opportunity in a large scale. If there's one thing I love about agricultural expo, and this is like, I promise you, if you would attend one of this and spend that 250,000 Kenya shillings or 2,500 US dollars, if you're able to utilize what you get in a show, man, it's like you get so much in return. So you got to think outside the box. I know sometimes we think about, sometimes we're often thinking about, how do I just come and then go in as a visitor? But also think about the opportunities that could come from here. Because especially in the agricultural industry, that's an industry that there's a lot of opportunities in the agricultural industry. There's a lot of money to be made in agriculture, not only in the US, but also in Kenya. And a lot of companies that are just US based, they have no idea that there's opportunities that could be available like in Africa. They have no idea. I'm trying to check out the American accent to see if I can speak with my Kenyan English Kenyan accent. So a lot of American companies, they just, a lot of them are just focused on the US. A lot of them don't know that there's opportunities like in Africa, like in Kenya, that they can either open branches, either franchise, or open up opportunities for people, for them to be able to expand their business. And then what does that mean? What does that mean when a big company in the US, you're able to connect with them, and then you're able to tell them the product that you're selling here, this product would be so big in my country. You would get, you would open up, it would be a big business opportunity in terms of the door it opens up for you in Africa, but also the target market and all those so many things. This is where you come in. This is where you come. So just think long term. Think long term. Think long term. Think how can I be able to tap into this? Because you're coming here and you'll probably be the only Kenyan who's attending a show like that. Like we saw the World Flora Expo, only one Kenyan company is exhibiting in that one. But the thing is you don't know how much of an opportunity then you open up, because then you become the plug in Kenya. You become the person that finally introduces this company, their products and business in Kenya and to Africa. So agriculture is very untapped in, when you think about Kenya, it's like we haven't even started scratching agriculture. And I mean, we're so blessed in a country like Kenya, because we have farming seasons all year round. The weather is always so good. But when you think about like the US and a lot of farming states, they only have one farming season, and they have to get it right. If they don't get it right, then it usually happens when there's like bad weather when it comes to, so harvesting is very important, because there has to be good weather here in the US for them to produce good crop. Because otherwise, if the weather is terrible when it's harvesting season, what usually happens, because a lot of I'm sorry, it's so hard to not put the American accent. So a lot of crops are traded in the US. And so the way the harvest season goes, it either shoots the prices of crops up, or it shoots the prices of crops down. So very important that Kenya has really good weather for agriculture, but also very important because you're coming to the US, you're coming to these big companies, this big agricultural companies, this big, they say these technologies, they have all that, and then you're telling them, do you know that my country has farming season all year round? Do you know that you can farm all year round? And when you start to think about agriculture in Kenya and all the farmland that is available, there's a lot of open available farmland that you can utilize in Kenya. That would even, that would even be very cheap to get, because there's a lot of places that people would just sell you their land, but it's so good for agriculture, but nobody's using it because nobody stays there. But you don't need that. All you need is to get the opportunity. And so that's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to open you guys to. Don't think about just coming and staying in the US. Also think about opportunities that you could open up back home in Kenya, opportunities that you could open up to hire people. Because what happens is you open up a door for a company to come from the US to start investing in Kenya, you start creating employment, my friend. It's an opportunity not only for you, but for other people. And that's what we need to start thinking, and not just thinking about coming here and staying here. I mean, it's well and good. If you come here and stay here and that's where God wants you to stay, that's very good. But if you're thinking long term, if you're thinking, I wanna go back home, and what is a way for me to go back home and live a comfortable life? What is a way to go back home and change the lives of people? The way you can do that is by opening up opportunities for people, and bringing stuff like this. When you attend a trade show, it gives you that opportunity. Okay, let's move on to the next one. So that was Angus. They call it cattle. All right. So this one is small. It's called the Farm Science Review. Farm Science Review it's a small thing. It happens in Ohio State University. Ohio State University is a big university. It's sponsored by the College of Food and Agricultural and Environmental Sciences. So, you have exhibitors. There's, you can be able to attend that show, and it's accepting applications for exhibitors. The farm show is in September 19th to the 21st. 19th to the 21st of 2023. You can be able to apply for it. So this one is in Ohio, sponsored by the Ohio State University. So if you're interested in Ohio Buckeyes, the Ohio State, they're known as the Buckeyes. That's their alma mater. Owen, re-upload the live to YouTube. Yeah. It's actually, I have people watching on YouTube. So this show it'll be on YouTube. So it'll be available. And I'll put the links after all this. So yeah. So the Ohio State. This one is small. I'm not even gonna spend very much time on it, because I've given you some bigger ones. There's another one called it's in Penn State. Penn State is another big university that is in Pennsylvania. This one is sponsored by the Penn State College of Agricultural Sciences. It's called the Penn State Ag Progress Days. It's it's another trade show. So this one, it's held annually, 3 days in August. 3 days in August. It's Pennsylvania's largest outdoor agricultural exposition. It has over 400 exhibitors from the US and Canada. Yeah. So happens every year in August. So August 9th, 10th, and 9th. August 8th, 9th, and 10th. Pennsylvania. This one is in Pennsylvania, PA. So if you're interested in going to PA, that is an option for you. So if you're also interested in like timber, in logging, so Log Timber, same WhatsApp group, Log Timber, same WhatsApp group. So the Pennsylvania also has a Pennsylvania Timber Show. Timber. And this happens in June 9th and 10th of 2023. So I'll put the Penn State one for the agricultural show, but then there's a link down there that you can go to be able to see the timber show. So it's pretty much everything you need to know about timber, forestry, forest products, all that stuff. Yeah. Happens in the same place. Yeah. Pennsylvania. Penn State Ag Progress Days. That's the name of the trade show. All right, moving along swiftly. We have the Connect with Nature, the landscape show. So if you're into Timbadimala, if you're into landscaping, landscaping is another. Oh, you talk about opportunities in the US, and there's like endless opportunities in the US. Landscaping is a huge, huge industry. People who don't know what landscaping is it's pretty much dealing with the backyard. People here in the US have like backyards, and backyard is where like a lot of the houses are fenced. Just to try and give you a picture, a lot of houses are fenced, and so you have your house, and then you have like a playground for the kids and stuff, and so yeah, that's the back of the house, and then you have the front of the house. So like the house is in the middle, then you have the back of the house, which is often play area, or some people who don't have kids, they do, they can do landscaping. So landscaping is that could be a job that could make you a lot of money. If you come to the US, instead of going and washing the nyanyes, instead of going and washing the nyanyes diabs and nini, think about doing doing jobs that are that are blue collar jobs, because they can give you more money, and blue collar jobs oftentimes they don't require you to go to school. So people come here, and then there's people come here and they just go washing nyanyes diabs instead of looking at other opportunities. But there's other opportunities that are available. Like landscaping is a huge, and you would not believe the amount of money people pay to have their landscaping done. This is a lot of money. A lot of money in this industry, and I'm sure it could be another, it could be another person who there's rich people. There's rich people in Kenya. People who live in, the leafy suburbs. People who live in leafy suburbs, they often live in houses that are fenced. They often need landscaping. These places that you go in Kenya that you get, that you get like those two trees that are shaped by, like people or like what. Landscaping is huge here in the US. They can make you a lot of money here. And all you need to do is find a company that does landscaping, and then they have programs where they like apprenticeship. Apprenticeship is where someone holds your hand and teaches you how to do the job, and then hires you to do the job. And then if they like you even more, they'll tell you, hey, go do your license in landscaping. That way you're licensed to do this work. Then after that, you learn from that guy. After you learn from that guy, or go open your own company. That's why I tell people say, oh, you often hear of people like someone is doing big in Kenya, and then they come to the US and they zuba. They start washing diabs, my friend. Instead of looking, it's like it's the unfortunate. This is unfortunate, but it's also very true. It's an unpopular opinion. The unpopular opinion is, if you move to the US, it's good to have your Kenyan community. But if you can, my friend, try and separate yourself from them and learn from the locals here what they do. Because if you are like this with your Kenyan people, my friend, and you just want the US to be an extension of Kenya, you'll miss out on so many things. That's how people are misled in the US. People are often misled because they hang around their Kenyan counterparts. They hang around their Kenyan people. It's like they want the US to be an extension. They want the US to be an extension of Kenya, which it's not. It's not. And so you have to separate yourself and sit down with the locals. Sit down with the people here. Ask them what they are doing. The reason why you often find people who come to the US and all they do is, they're like, oh, the only job that's there is home care jobs and all that stuff. It's because they come in here, they get connected with their Kenyan people. And their Kenyan people have been here, that's all they've done. And so it's that thing passes along. Them being told, no, the money is here in washing diabs. Here is where the money is. You have to do that. Osha the nyanyes and the gukas. And then people take it on from there. But if you step aside from your Kenyan counterpart, very unpopular opinion, by the way. It's good. I'm not saying when you come here, don't even talk to your Kenyan people. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you need to separate a little bit, just so that you can absorb, because you moved. When you go to Rome, you do what Romans do. You don't go to Rome and then you maintain your own things from back home. That what happens is you get tied down. What happens is you fall into the same traps. It's like, and then you just start going into these communities that, man, me, I love my people. I do love my people. Man, my country people are good. But you get so close to my country people, oh my gosh, the envy, the bad blood, and so many things. And it's like some people, you start excelling in something and they'll start tearing you down. Oh, well, you went, bought a new car, and then they start talking about it. You get a different job that is different from theirs, it's like, and also too, they scare you. They scare you. This is the thing. It's like you come here and they scare you. Don't try your own way when you come to the US. They're trying to tell you, go try the proven way. This is the way we've always done. Nobody succeeds by doing it otherwise. My friend, that's why I'm saying separate from your people for a little bit to be able to breathe and think by yourself. Because what you realize is, after you start to hang out with people from here, if you start to hang out with people who are doing good from here, you'll start to learn. You'll start to learn, oh, wait, you mean I don't have to do a CNA job? You mean I don't have to do nursing? I can do plumbing? You mean I can do landscaping? Wait, so you mean I can start my own business and actually start applying for tenders from the government? Because you can get tenders in the US. There's like opportunities. Wait, you mean I can do finance? You mean I can do this? That's like, but the only way you get to know that is when you get to interact with people who, yeah, often the locals, the people who are from the area that you just moved into. But then you start listening a lot to our people. Our people will mislead you. Our people will mislead you. They will give you. I mean, I know people who, especially when you start thinking about hosting and all that, oftentimes the people who host you, they can either make or break your life in the US, because those are the people who will, they can either misuse you very much by like making you their babysitter, and then they'll give you fear. They'll instill fear in you to think there's nothing you can do. So they're giving you fear to think you cannot go out there by yourself. You need me. You need me. And so you cannot leave me. You have to stay here, and I'm the one who has to open the door for you and make sure there's no dogs to eat you, and then I'll guide you your way. My friend, in the meantime, life is moving. This person is just leaving you in your home to stay as a babysitter, to stay as take care of their homes, take care of their kids. Man, before you know it, life has gone by. That's why I'm always like, if you're hosted, try as much as possible. Stay, if the most stay 3 months. Maze, just go maybe find a roommate and someone you can share rent with. And then start to think for yourself. Because when you do that, that's when you start to realize. So when I moved here, they even told me that. They told me, because I came in here and I came to school, all right? But they were telling me, no, 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 no. There's no jobs in accounting. There's no jobs in accounting. It's like, what are you studying accounting for? You'll never get any jobs. They only hire white people. And I'm like, wait, what do you mean they only hire white people? And then I talk to other people. I talk to the white people, and the white people are like, yeah, this is it's a really good career. You'll never lack a job in accounting. And I'm like, wait. So what you're saying that this is a very good career, and if I do it, I'll never lack a job. That's all, yeah. That person is telling me, yeah, you do this career, it's very good. I go to my African people. Yeah. You have to drop, my friend. There's money in healthcare. You'll never get a job because it's like, this is a white person's. You think they'll they'll not hire a white person and hire you? Oh man. But then I finish school and I do see it for myself. What the people locals here told me is, they told me that I would never, it's you don't even struggle to get jobs, and that's the plain truth. The plain truth is there's a lot of jobs in accounting, especially like in my team right now. I have like 2 people that I need to hire. It's like I've been in the accounting profession for a long time. We're always looking for people to hire. It's like accounting it's one of those fields that you get guaranteed, because every company needs an accountant. Finance is another field that is very lucrative, but no, they won't tell you that. They'll tell you, oh, that's white people jobs. And the reality is, actually, if you venture into these careers, if you venture into these fields, you'll mostly find white people in this field, because we're in the habit of discouraging people, you know, against pursuing these careers in this white collar fields. So very important. Hopefully someone listens to me, because I know a lot of you, whether you're on the way coming here or you're going to come here, I just really hope that just venture out a little bit and learn for yourself, because it's very important. It's very important for you to do that. It's very important for you to do that. Okay, I went on a big tangent when I was talking about Connect with Nature, the landscape show, because landscaping is big. But landscaping, you'll never hear anybody talking about landscaping. It's like they don't talk about that. You talk about careers. Nobody talks about landscaping. Nobody talks about nobody talks about like plumbing. Landscaping is huge. Oh my gosh. This one, you will know landscaping is big when you come to the US. When you own a house and you tell somebody to come do landscaping for you, and the prices they quote you are like, whoa. Yeah, we just did, like, so in my house, we did a deck. We came ask someone to do a deck, and we started asking for quotes. People started telling us, whoa, yeah, this deck, this big, and they start telling you what, 25,000, 30,000 US dollars. So you're talking about a deck, like 3 million Kenya shillings and up. And this guy, it's like putting pieces of wood and stuff and metal together, and then they'll do your landscaping, and then you pay them that much money. My friend. Landscaping, big. All right. So landscaping, Connect with Nature, the landscape show. This one is happening in Orange County Convention Center. Orange County Convention Center. I believe that is in Florida, if I'm not wrong. Yeah. This is another one in Orlando, Florida. Orlando is in Florida. Orlando is landlocked. So people think about Florida, then think everywhere in Florida is a beach. Not everywhere in Florida is a beach. Orlando is actually landlocked, one of the few landlocked places in Florida, but it's not very far from the beach. Orlando is a really nice place. I mean, there's a lot of things to do. It's When you think about vacation, an exotic place, Florida is often, there's a lot to do in Florida. So if you go to this trade show, it has over 700 trade show booths. These are like people who do landscaping. So I mean, whether you're in the US, by the way, and if you're in the US, I mean, I would encourage you, if you're here and you're struggling, if you're in the US and you're struggling with what to do, or you've been misled by people, this could be an awesome opportunity to network, because I'm mostly talking to my Kenyan people or my other African people who are outside the US. But I could also talk to the people who are in the US and tell you, if you're like been wondering what you need to do, you need to check out some of these trade shows. Because what happens is you go register for a trade show, is you get to meet employers. It's like when you go to school, they usually do like a career day or something where they bring in all the employers in the community, and then you start, and then you get to connect with them. This could be good, because then these are employers. Exhibitors are employers. So if you're interested in like landscaping, go there and see. These are all employers. Take their cards, talk to them, tell them, I'm really interested. I wanna learn. Do you have programs that you can help me learn? I'm a very hard worker. You can sell yourself. Go. If you're stunted in your career in the US, trade shows are often very, very good for you to find other opportunities. And like today, the things we're talking about, I'm talking about a wide range. I'm not just talking about one farming type, so many different ones. So yeah, so that's the Connect with Nature Landscape Show. It's happening in Orange County Convention Center, Orlando, Florida, August 23rd to the 25th of 2023. So yeah, again, if you're just joining us, I'm gonna put all the links on my YouTube video, and you can go check them out. You can go check out all this. Yeah, alafu museme connection hakuna. Yeah, the awesome things about these trade shows is you don't need a host. I'm gonna repeat that again. If you're there and you haven't even gotten a host, you're struggling to get a host, I'm telling you, you come for a trade show, you don't need a host. All you just need to do is pay for those 3 days of hotel. The other show is the Far West. West. This show is happening around the same time as the other one, the landscaping one. So it's August 23rd to the 25th. August 23rd to the 25th. This is another one, a good one, another big one. They have a lot of sponsors. So the shows that I give you today, by the way, they're like shows that have big sponsors. Big sponsors, that means big companies, big employers, big opportunities. Think big. Okay? I'm not giving you the small ones that don't have big sponsors. All these shows have big sponsors. Yeah, so this one is in Portland, Oregon. So yeah, Portland is very close to Washington State. So my country people, my Kimboy thinking people, in the running, in the going, in the Oregon, in the Washington. Yeah. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. Okay? All right. So yeah, Portland, Oregon. Oregon is very close to Oregon borders Washington State. Washington State is the other extension of Kenya in America. All right, so yeah, it's happening at the Oregon Convention Center in Portland, Oregon, August 23rd to the 25th. Far West. Far West. Let me see. Let me see if they give us the. They showcase a lot of products. Okay. Trying to see what products. So they do a lot of soil, crops, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, let me read that. Far West is a growing wonderland for buyers, decision makers, and leading businesses in the green industry looking for amazing products and suppliers. Far West. Far West. If you want to exhibit again, you can exhibit. Let me look at the current exhibitors. They give them, yeah, there's quite a bit in the registering. Oh, yeah, and also one of the good things is if you go to these websites, they often have very good deals with hotels. So usually what happens is if like a trade show is happening, this trade shows often work with like a hotel, like a chain of hotels. Maybe they take the Hilton hotels or the Marriott hotels, and they block off rooms. They block off rooms, and they discount the rooms. Thank you, Kev, man. Thank you, Kev. And they discount the rooms. That way, people who are attending the conference get cheaper hotel rooms. Okay. Far West. That's in Portland, Oregon. All right. The other one is the American Society for Horticultural Science. Horticulture. So if you're into horticulture, greenhouses, all that stuff, this one is in Orlando. There's a lot of conferences in Orlando. This one is the 31st of July to the 4th of August. So this is actually 5 days. It's at the Caribe Royale Resort. It's in a resort, so in a much more fancy place. Monday, July 31st to the 4th of August. 4th of August. All right. Horticulture. So yeah, greenhouses, all that stuff. Again, the link will be on the YouTube page. Man, we can stay here. Like when we talk about agricultural shows, like there's so many. I can't even finish them. So many opportunities. So many opportunities for you to don't just look at conference. So the reason I like to, so if you're in Kenya or you're in Tanzania or Uganda or whatever in Africa, I tend to, people often when they think about visit visa, they're often looking at conferences and all those things. But you also have to think in terms of when you go for an interview, what are some of those things that the embassy is looking for before they grant you a B1, B2 visa, which is a non-immigrant visa. They're often looking at what's the purpose of your trip. And for you to, your purpose has to be strong. And one of the reasons I like agricultural shows is if you're already doing something in Kenya, or if you want to start doing something in Kenya that is related to like agriculture, and then you can tie that what you're doing in Kenya to your purpose of your trip. And in this case, when you think about all these expo shows, all these trade shows, all these things, they're often displaying technology. They're often, modern technology, higher technology than there is in Kenya. They're often displaying, better products, or business, buyers, suppliers, all that stuff. So it's like there's so many things that you can think about when you think about export shows and what you're doing in Kenya and why you would want to come. That often ties as a very good purpose for you to come. I'm coming so that I can, iron sharpens iron. I can sharpen my iron so that I can come. My passion is here. My passion is here. I'm already doing so much here. I'm already doing good work here. And so tying that to like a agricultural thing is often so good. You know, you have cows in Kenya that you milk, but you're coming to a dairy farm trade show. It ties so much because I wanna expand. I wanna go big. I want just so think that way. Think that way, as opposed to, as opposed to going something that is not related to anything that you're doing and just randomly going to a conference. So do that, tie that. So you have the purpose of your trip. The other one is your intention to come back. Your intention to come back, which they often don't ask you, what are your ties? They don't ask you in an embassy, what are your ties? And so in everything that you do, in the way you answer your question, you always have to bring your questions back to why you're coming back. And so when you're already doing something and you're coming so that you can get the skills, get the resources, get the whatever, always referring to this is why. This is why I have to come back. I'm already doing this. It's like it's already changing my community. It's changing my lives. I don't wanna go there. I don't wanna go there and stay. This is for my people, my country people, my community. I grew up drinking strong tea. Now I get to own cows and supply milk to my community. It's always, you always have to think that way. Ties oftentimes even financial ties and family ties might not be enough. But purpose ties, they carry a big weight. Purpose ties carry a big weight because it's like, oh, you can just go and abandon family. You can just go and leave your job. You can just go and transfer your money to the US. But if you have a good enough purpose that will make you come back, that is good for your case. It is good for your case at the embassy, my friend. So that's where I'm going. That's what I try as much as possible not to give you half stories. I try to give you full cases. That way you can connect A plus B plus D to get a story. And this is a story. All these trade shows there might be something that you might be doing. You can even start cutting trees. But there's a Logos trade show here. You can start growing flowers. And there's a flower expo here. I mean, my country people always ask me, connection. What more connection do you need than this? I don't know. What more connection do you need than this? Because otherwise, you wouldn't listen to me, and then you'll go and pay an agent, and then come back and cry. I paid so much money and I did not get the visa. Because oftentimes the agent who you pay to get you here is not able to get that visa. Because otherwise, he probably would not be there. He would be here. And it's like, whoa, it's like, okay, you just, it's like me giving, if I'm not a parent and I'm giving you advice on parenting, you can look at me and be like, well, you've never parented in your life. How can you give me parenting advice and you've never parented? And you look at an agent, it's like, wait, Mr. Agent, that's one of the things people don't ask. Agent, have you ever been to the US? I know you're taking me to the US. Have you ever been to the US? Have you ever gotten a visa to the US? Ask these people and they'll tell you. Most of the times is no. I have never. If they would be honest, they would tell you I don't have a. If I would have a visa, you think I would be here trying to make money off you? And then that's the person you're going to rely on to take you to the US. Help me understand. Help me. No, help me. Help me. Help me. Man, now I hear they're charging 700,000. 700,000 Kenyan shillings. Wait, you guys have money, Bana. You guys have, oftentimes it's not that you have money, it's just that you're so desperate to make that connect, to finally land in the US that you would sacrifice your whole livelihood, everything you've saved for. And then you pay that guy. Boy, guy, okay. Tuendele, let's continue. That's the other show is it's the Great Lakes Expo. Great Lakes Expo. Fruit, vegetable, and farm market. This one is in Grand Rapids, Michigan. It's happening at the Devil's Place. So the 2023 hasn't begun, but this show always happens around the same time. So this one is in December, happens around December 6th to the 8th. 6th to the 8th. It's called the Great Lakes Expo. They mostly showcase fruits, vegetables, and farm market. So big opportunities here, my friends. Big opportunities here. I will leave all this info for you again. If you need, there's some, as we started the show, there's some that already have like an international visitors section. And those ones tell you, email this person, they'll provide you with an invite. Some of this, they haven't gotten African tourists or something. All you just need to do is, just email them and tell them, I'm really interested in your trade show, and I wanna exhibit, or I wanna just attend to be able to learn. So can you please provide me with an invitation letter? And then they'll just write you an invitation letter. I'm sure they'll be, because they're always excited about having international people, because then they can put on the, usually if you go to a lot of this expo, trade show, trade missions, they often like to put those statistics on their website to say like there's like over this 1,000 people coming from all these countries. And so when you pad up to their number, they're always excited because they can include that in their, in their website. So this one, the Great Lakes Expo has about 3,600 plus people from, all over. About 450 plus exhibitors, people who are exhibiting in these trade shows. And sponsored by the Michigan Greenhouse Growers Expo. All right. Moving on swiftly to the next one. It's called the International Association of Operative Millers. So this one is for my Western people, my people who like posho meal. This one is for you. So if you have a posho meal, my friend, this one is a trade show for you. Yeah, this one is a trade show for you. International Association of Operative Millers. So the millers are people who mill, they mill the flour and mill flowers, mill so many things. They make flour out of so many things here in the US, but it's mostly for millers. And this one is in Minneapolis, Minnesota. So yeah, I'm sure if you know any key people there, they can be able to, you can connect with some Minnesota people, some key people. I call Minnesota the key kingdom. Yeah, so this one is happening. Oh wow, this one's coming up very soon. It's happening April 17th to the 21st. April 17th to the 21st. So if you're looking for something quick, this might be something for you. It's happening at the Hyatt Regency. I think the hotel is the Hyatt Regency, but they're doing it at the Minneapolis Convention Center. So yeah, about 8 weeks to go. So this one is coming up pretty quickly. 8 weeks to go. So about the conference, it's a grain milling professional. Grain milling professionals consistently come to this conference. It's for the Kisiagi people. If you have a posho mill, I'm sure there's a way you can connect a story to this one. Yeah? If you are a posho mill and you do grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, I'm sure there's a way you can connect to this grain milling people, connect a story there. So yeah, I mean, I told you I sampled, sampled very different tastes and different areas of agriculture. So not just one part of agriculture, sampled very, very different, uh, different tastes of agriculture. So yeah, so that's the International Association of Operative Millers. International Association of Operative Millers. Okay. The other one is the Irrigation Show and Education Week. So this one, they specialize in irrigation, and they educate you around that irrigation. And this one is in Las Vegas. So if you want to go to Vegas, this one is a show for you. It happens around December. So around December 7th, 8th, or thereabout. So no, actually, I'm sorry. So Las Vegas was last year. This year, the show is happening in San Antonio. This year, the show is happening in San Antonio, Texas. San Antonio, Texas. San Antonio, Texas, and it's November 27th to December 1st. November 27th to December 1st. So this is pretty much anything irrigation. Anything irrigation. Irrigation. If irrigation is your if you are from Eastern, if you are from Machakos, Kitui, irrigation, this could be something for you. So yeah, it's an irrigation show, pretty much. Talks about other ways to be able to water your crops and all that stuff. Okay. So, and then there is a Wild Beef Expo. Wild Beef Expo is another big one. So they do everything beef, everything beef. And this is in Wisconsin. Yeah. Someone asked about chicken, and I do have a chicken. Chicken, I think is gonna be, chicken is coming. So wait, chicken is coming. Chicken is coming soon. Chicken. But we're in beef now. Wild Beef Expo. Wild Beef Expo is happening September 28th to October 1st. September 28th to October 1st. And it's in West Allis, Wisconsin. West Allis, Wisconsin. So I think I try to cover most parts of the US. This Texas, yeah. There was Portland, which is west, and then we covered, there's a lot more east, east north and east south, a lot of Florida, a lot of Orlando. So a lot of I'm thinking about the ones that we talked about before. All right, so Wild Beef, September 28th, October 1st. Oh yeah, so here they actually give you, if you want to exhibit, if you work in a kitchenji or somewhere, if you work in a slaughterhouse or something like that, if you want a booth, this one they give you, it's good, they give you prices. So if you want like a 10 inches by 10 inches booth, it's like $495. 20 inches by 10 inches, $600. The bigger it gets, the 30 is $650. 40 inches by 10 inches is $700. If you want a trailer space, so that means you can bring anything in a trailer, it's $700. And for each additional 10-inch in length, you pay $50. They have outdoor space, large booth. So anyone who is thinking about if you want to exhibit, those are the prices. Exhibit, that means you have a business in Kenya, or you have a business wherever you are in the US, and you want to go exhibit, something like that. If if beef is your thing, uh, then yeah, then the Wild Beef Expo is your thing. Wild Beef Expo. Good thing is when you exhibit, then you can. It gives you. I think it gives you a case a bigger thing, because then you're coming here for business, and you can bring all this info to the embassy. Again, if you need a letter of invite, just email the people. That link will be on YouTube. Okie dokie. And then we come to chicken run. My voice is gone. I can't even do my chicken voice. So I think this is the second last one. It's chicken. Let me hydrate. It's chicken. It's called peak. Chicken, they don't so they group them together. Chicken, they call them poultry. So it says increase your profitability and expand your knowledge at Peak 2023, the largest trade show and convention in North America. That's big. The largest trade show and convention in North America, focused exclusively on the business and food production of poultry. Poultry is chicken, cuckoo. Poultry. So yeah, so pretty much, so you can exhibit too. So if you're into chicken, there's chicken laying eggs, chicken for meat, chicken for whatever, broilers, yeah. It's the broilers, the layers, the whatever, chicken. This one is it's happening very soon too. Okay, so this one is in April 11 to 13. So you heard it's a big one, happening at the Minneapolis Convention Center. Pick 2023, April 11th to the 13th. Yeah, man, and if you're there, if you live in Minnesota, these are some of the good things you can go attend. Go attend like this. You can learn so much from this. Learn so much from this in terms of either starting business or even getting opportunities. So Peak 2023. Yeah, because you have the Organic Egg Farmers Association, all that stuff. There's a lot of things with chicken. There's a lot of things with chicken. It's called Peak. Peak. Peak 2023. Peak 2023. Yeah, I think I don't know why they don't give you the. So yeah, you can do online registration through April 9th. So you have until April 9th to be able to register online, and you can email them if you want them to send you a letter. Okay. All right. And then finally, last but not least, this is a big one. I used to see a lot of this. They have a lot of trade missions. This is not only just in the US. It's Food Expo. Food Expo is big. It's all over the world. And once I put the link there, you'll see they have trade missions. They have trade missions all over the world. They have Yeah, some of these are like, wait, Barcelona, Spain. So if you want to go to Barcelona, Spain, if you want to go to Toronto, Canada, there's a food show plus on May 9th to the 11th. If you want to go to Seoul, South Korea, May 30th to June 2nd. If you want to go to Taipei, Taiwan, they have a show June 14th to June 17th. If you want to go to Sydney, Australia, they have a show September 11th to September 14th. And so yeah, Food Show Plus is big. So think international. Think international. If you want to go to Mexico City, Mexico, September 26th to the 28th. And then if you want to go to Seoul, they have another one. They have another international show, November 8th to the 11th. And then they also do have US events, which is what we were concentrating on today. So they have a frozen food buyers mission. Frozen food buyers mission in San Diego, California. San Diego, California. I like San Diego. I love San Diego. San Diego is beautiful. One of my awesome places to visit, San Diego, California. So yeah. Oh no, that's already happened. Oh, unless you can register very quickly, that one is in February 25th to the 27th. So that's happening like next week or so. Yeah, in a week. So if you're in a frozen food, so just frozen foods. That's these people who just specialize in frozen food. And then the other one is in March 27th to the 28th. It's a 2023 food and beverage buyers mission. This one is in Las Vegas, Nevada. Las Vegas, Nevada. And then there is May 1st. There's a pet food ingredients buyers mission at the Pet Food Forum, which is in Kansas City, Missouri. Kansas City, MO. Yeah. Pet food is, it's crazy when you think about pet foods. It's a specialty by its own. Pet foods cost a lot of money. So yeah, that's it for Food Expo in the US. I think they only have those three. The other ones have already closed. I just gave you the ones that are open. Okie dokie. All right. So, my people, I will post the links on my YouTube video. So, if you are just joining us, if you missed this, if you were with us, we went through 2023, some of the highlights, some of the biggest. I just selected some of the biggest. 2023 US agriculture and farm trade shows. All right? Sawa sawa watu wangu. Kizungu nimemaliza. Now we can go to the questions. Kama uliuliza swali, by the way, sikujibu kwa sababu nilikuwa nataka ni concentrate na hii. Very important kupatia watu information. Sikuwa nataka kustop nikiuliza maswali nini. So yeah, nimewapatia tu kidogo kwa sababu kuna mingi. Trade shows ni mingi, ziko mingi yani. Kuna mtu alikuwa Ayamochengu ulikuwa umesema ati kuna Specialty Coffee Expo inafanyika every year. So the US Embassy in Kenya knows it because lots of Kenyans do apply for it. I know a couple of people who have gone with it. Amesema kuna Specialty Coffee Expo. Anasema watu wanaitumia hiyo. So mimi nimekupatia tu example, lakini ziko mingi. Yani any area of agriculture unafikiria. Yeah? Kama pigs, sikuwapatia pigs, but pigs ziko ama ama mbuzi ama whatever, ziko tu mingi sana. Wacha nijaribu kutafuta hiyo nini, hiyo specialty Coffee Expo. Acha nitafute hiyo. Otherwise ni aje watu wangu, by the way, ulizeni maswali, tumefika time ya maswali. Ulizeni maswali bana, double tap maze, pigani likes bana. We, yani mnanyima likes 22,000 likes na hiyo information yote nawapatia. Bure. Hii ni information mungeenda mnachajiwa na agent. Mnalipa 600,000 kwenda juu. Mtu wangu, na nimewapatia information free. Ai bana, na hata double tap screen bana, show some love bana. Specialty Coffee Expo nimeipata. Specialty Coffee Expo inakuja Portland, Oregon. April 21st to the 23rd. So my registration now open. America's largest specialty coffee trade show. Hiyo courtesy of I am Ochieng, asante. Inasponsiwa na Pacific Food Barista. I guess kama by the way, kama una nini Kenya unaunda coffee na nini, hii ni kitu unaweza kama exhibit watu juu. Unajua hapa by the way watu wanapenda Kenyan coffee. Ukienda kwa coffee shops hapa utapata Kenyan coffee iko nini. Kuna zile coffee people highlight, wana highlight Colombian, Colombian, Ethiopian, whatever. Kenyan is one of the good coffees watu wanaunda. So kama uko hapo Kenya na unaweza jigrindia, you have your own grinders na nini, unatengeneza coffee ya kwako una nini, that could be, unaweza kuja uweke expo. Kuja hapo uweke expo, uweke expo, either ikufungulia mlango uingie Amerika, ama uweke expo ufungue biashara yako kwa multi nini, kwa sababu bana, unajua Kenya wanalipa coffee farmers peanuts. Alafu wanauza premium, wanauza premium kwa wakiuzia hizi mabiashara. Alafu ikishafika kwa consumer bana, ukikompare bana, coffee vile tunanunua coffee na ile pesa wanalipa mkulima, isa scam. Aya, anasema mkuu, let me go out of topic for a minute. Ukiwin DV lottery, questions zenye utaulizwa kwa embassy zitakuwa aimed at assessing whether kuna potential ya kurudi Kenya kama visa zingine. Nasoma by the way, nasoma maswali za YouTube. Mtu wangu, ukishinda DV lottery hiyo ni green card. By the way, watu huita DV lottery green card. Green card ndio unapata ukishinda DV lottery. So watu confuse. By the way, wacha ni clarify juu watu confuse. Watu semaga tu green card. So kila mtu mna confuse watu juu ukisema green card, unaweza pata green card in so many different ways. Sasa let me break it for you. Unaweza pata green card in so many different ways. So ukisema tu green card, unaweza pata green card DV lottery, unaweza pata green card ukiwa mzungu, unaweza pata green card ukipata work visa, unapata green card national interest wave, unaweza pata green card, so many ways of getting a green card. DV lottery is one of the ways ya kupata green card. So DV lottery sio green card, lakini watu sana wakisemanga green card wanataka kuimply DV lottery. Hiyo ni DV lottery. Hiyo ni njia moja ya kupata green card. DV lottery ni njia moja ya kupata green card. Sawa. Ukishinda DV lottery, alafu uende pale kwa interview. DV lottery visa utapata from a DV lottery inaitwa immigrant visa. Immigrant visa ni different na non-immigrant visa. Non-immigrant visa ni mtu anapata visa, ni temporary, stay yake US ni temporary. Anaenda alafu atarudi. Sawa. So ukipata ukipata nini, ukipata non-immigrant visa, hii ni story ya student visa, J1 visa, M1 visa, easy visa, B1, B2, hizo ndo nini temporary, hizo ndio non-immigrant. But ukipata ukishinda DV lottery, unapata green card, of which ni immigrant visa. That means wewe hauendi, hawana haja ya kujua kama utarudi, kwa sababu unaenda uende kabisa. Immigrant, una immigrate to the US. You are moving to the US. So hawezi kuuliza maswali the same na swali wanauliza a non-immigrant visa. Non-immigrant visa ni mtu ameenda lakini lazima arudi. So huyo lazima atajibu swali, aseme nitarudi, na onyeshane, apatiane evidence ya atarudi. Lakini pale ukienda pale DV lottery, wewe unaenda kuenda, wewe ni immigrant, so hawakuulizi maswali kujua kama utarudi Kenya. Sawa? So maswali nini, DV lottery inakuaga mara mingi. Sahi, by the way, sahi ukienda embassy na DV lottery, one of the things I think wamekuwa keen on ni lazima ukuwe na host. Hiyo ni kitu imenini, I think watu wengi wameenda bila host, alafu unapewa 221G. 221G ni admin processing until ukuje na information ya host. So pale hivyo ukienda DV lottery interview yake haikuagi nini sana. Juu pale hivyo mostly ile kitu wanaangalia ile kitu ulijaza. Ile nini ulijaza, form ulijaza, na wana compare na information unakuja nayo. Unaenda pale na passport, unaenda pale na birth certificate. So pale ni information sana ina match. Zile vitu ulijaza kama zinaandamana. Hiyo tu. Pale hakuna ile interview haina vitisho. Juu ile huyo ni msee ameshinda na hawataki urudi. Wanakupatia ndio ukae hapa Amerika. So hopefully nimekujibu swali yako. So hawaulizi the same swali na wanauliza student. Atiniaje, can you connect me with someone who can boost things for me? I want to get my passport and visa ASAP. Tujibu ya pili. Visa hakuna connection. Na mtu anakuambia kuna connection na kudanganya. Na hiyo ndio kitu watu wamekuwa wakiambiana. By the way, my agent wengi na mchunge sana wamekuwa wakiambia watu ati ako na connection ndani ya US Embassy. Mtu wangu hiyo highly unlikely kwa sababu ya checks and balances ziko kwa US Embassy. Itakuwa ngumu tu mtu akuje. Hapa US kuna corruption, but corruption iko ndani ya system. Yaani iko ndani ya system. Corruption ya US ni ile design rich people, hawa kina Trump, hawa watu wana own ma company. Wanatumiaga influence yao kupass ma bills zinawapatia more tax cuts, more opportunities, more pesa kwao. So ndio corruption iko ndani ya system, lakini hawezi tu sema ati that's illegal, kwa sababu corruption hapa is almost legal, lakini ni corruption iko ndani ya system. Yani design wale wase wana power ndio wananini hiyo kitu. But pia corruption hapa inasaidianga country. Unapata mseka huyo msema biashara akipata opportunity ya kuexpand operations zake, hiyo do ina trickle down kwa economy juu unapata ana haya wase wengi, do inaanguka kwa economy. Corruption hapa inalipa country. Lakini corruption ya mtaani kitu different. So hapo kwa visa, mtu wangu, usiamini mtu anakuambia ati akona connection kwa US Embassy. Wazungu wapendagi hizo vitu. Wazungu hiyo ni kitu kwanza ni international. Kuna kitu ina involve embassy. Hiyo inaweza kuwa scandal nyingine kubwa sana, na I don't think US inataka kucheza na scandal. So usinini hiyo, hakuna connection ya visa. But passport, mtu wangu, passport itabidi sasa, passport unajua sasa hiyo ni Kenya, mtu wangu. Hiyo ni Ukenya sasa, mtu wangu. Hiyo ni ile unajuanga. Na pale Kenya unajua Unajua corruption kama kawa kama dawa. Pale Kenya unajua mazee, bila dosa ingine uwezi, utangoja passport yako. Pale hivyo ni pale wako unajua Kenya wanakuitishanga tu hivyo hadharani tu. Hadharani anakuambia 5k ndakuletea, itasongeshwa. So hapo mtu wangu mimi siwezi kusaidia connection ya passport Kenya hapo. Unless kuna mtu ako kwa hii live anaweza kunini, anajua connections, anaweza kuset up na hiyo kitu. Sawa, ulizeni maswali. Unafanyaje you win lottery? Lottery ni patapotea. Lottery haina nini, hiyo ni patapotea. Sijui vile wanachaguanga, wanasemanga ni random, but huwezi jua hiyo ijulikani. Kuna dem anasema Maria Great anasema for passport don't hesitate to contact me. Maria ako kwa nini TikTok live yangu, anasema kama ni passport usi hesitate kumcontact. Kuna msana anasema team bora anasema passport tutoka nowadays within 3 weeks. I got mine bila kulipa anything. Haya. Chalo umesikia hiyo? Chalo nani amesema ati nini yake alipata in 3 weeks. So in 3 weeks. Aya. Twende. If I didn't know. Asante. Ulikuwa unathank. Asante. Watu wangu, ulizeni maswali, tuendeni na double tap bana. Nifikishieni hata 50 bana. 50k. Watu wanasema mwingine alipata yake in 3 days. Ati mwingine anasema ukiwa na 8k ni siku moja kama uko na haraka. Ati ukiwa na 8k unapata passport yako hapo. Unaletewa ikitoa moshi ya printing. So Chalo, I hope tumekujibu. Charles Kialo. Buda, mimi C- KCSE naweza saidika. Sana. Watu hata wanapata D na wanasaidika. America si by the way si story na grade na kupita. Hapa hakunaga nini. Hapa kama hujasikia, by the way kama we ni mpya kwa nini yangu live zangu, utakamujue. Hapa US by the way masomo si suruali. Watu wengi by the way siku hizi hata wasomi. Watu waingie university kusoma US. Watu either wanafanya job kwa family businesses, so unajua sasa ile inapasiwa from one generation to the next. Watu wengi wanafanya kazi family businesses, but pia watu wengi hawasomi. Watu wengi wako kuna do mob sana kwa blue collar. Blue collar ni nini? Blue collar sasa ni kazi ya mkono. Blue collar ni kazi ya mkono. Kuna do mob sana kwa blue collar. Construction, plumbing, electrician, HVAC, hizi kazi za mkono. Kazi za mkono zina do saa ingine hata kuliko blue collar. Kuliko white collar. White collar sasa ni hiyo watu wananyonga tai. White collar ni watu wananyonga tai, wanaenda kazi. Venye umeishi USA umekuwa racially abused mara ngapi? Mimi mara zero. Na mimi nimekaa na wazungu. Huku juu. Nimekaa sana Midwest, so mimi namutembea sana. So nimekuwa every state in the US, so na sijawahi pata hiyo experience ya mtu ameni racially abuse. I don't know if maybe walikuwa wanani abuse na sikusikia ama sijawahi pata hiyo experience. I think normally me I'm a very polite person, so ninaka different pia. Basi sijawahi either mtu kuniita hiyo jina ama kunitreat vibaya. Actually, here's the thing. Ndio ile kitu iko hapa US, wale wase wamenitreat na nini, hiyo story ni watu weusi. Watu weusi ndio wameninini, lakini wazungu hawajani nini. Ratio nini iko racism iko, hufanyika, hiyo ni kitu siwezi kataa. Hiyo iko racism, it's there. People go through a lot. Personally, mimi sija experience, but iko racism, iko systemic racism na racism ile ya hadharani. But personally, watu weusi ndio wameninini hiyo experience. Yeah. Yani unaenda okay, so mu travel sana. Ukitravel sana unapatanga wanaita perks ni unasema kama ukitembea sana, either unaenda kurent, unajua ukifly sana unapelekwa to some certain level. Kama sasa ukifly kwa airline, ukifly a lot kwa airline inakuwa like unapata kama free upgrades to first class na nini. Ukikaa sana kwa hoteli wanakupatianga mpaka parking spot yako, unapewa maji na nini yenye hawapei watu wengine, unapewa room special, hizo vitu. As in, kuna perks ukifanya vitu sana, ukirent kitu kama ukirent gari. Ukirent kwa gari unapata, ukishapata class status fulani, kuna yani ukienda kwa airport mingi, tuseme kama mu rent na national. Ukirent na national ufike level, ufike huko executive elite, unaendaga tu kwa parking lot, unachukua ni gari unataka, unatoka. So mimi experience nimekuwa nani, watu weusi kuniangalia wana expect mimi siwezi kuwa hiyo class, so anakutreat ni kama wewe ni mtu anakutreat na madharau, alafu anakuitisha kadi yako, alafu ana realize actually wewe ni anafaa kukutreat na more class than vile anakunini, ndio unachiki vile ana shift. I'm sorry hi sir, unacheki vile ana change, kwa sababu alikucheki wewe ni mtu mweusi, ana assume wewe ni mtu tu reja. Hiyo ndio by the way kitu nime experience, ni watu weusi vile wanakunini madharau wanakufanya, alafu anakama na realize so hiyo ndio nime experience. Otherwise watu weupe mimi sijapatana na makaren, lakini makaren wako makaren wako. Mtu wajui makaren ni nani? Makaren ni wazungu wengine hapo au watu wanakuitianga sijui polisi na nini. Najita the YouTube, najita the Kenyan American Home YouTube. The Kenyan American Home. Do women do farming? Ni swali ama ni jibu? Women do anything bana. America. Equality. Women do anything. They can do anything. Anything a man can do, a woman can do. Except hiyo ingine. Utagongwa ukae unaota. Mimi nili apply last month, passport sijapata. I think wanajuana. Sijui wanapeana kujuana. Kuna wengine wanapata 3 days na wengine wanapata nini? Wanapata couple weeks. Kuna slots for graduate civil engineers. Jobs ziko za engineering is a big career. By the way, engineering hapa sana inafanywa na for the Kenyan community. Sinawajua. Pesa otas. Watu lowland sana ndio wanafanya engineering hapa US. But engineering is a very good profession. Inalipa vizuri sana. Engineering, very good. Passport sahi kuna delay. Johnson anasema passport sahi kuna delay. Na kuna watu wengine wanasema wanapata haraka. So sijui muulizane na nini, technical jobs kibao, ukiwa tayari na visit na win DV lottery, do they do away with your visa? I think so ukiwa na visit alafu upate DV lottery, so si watanini tu uta apply to DV lottery, alafu kwa system wata change kwa system watachange wa uhitaji visit visa. Hadi mnakosa truck drivers huko. What's going on? Yeah. Huku kazi mali places mingi ukienda by the way utapata wanaandika nini hiring. We are hiring. Sijui watu wengi walikufa na COVID. So juu kuna vacancy mob sana za job. Someone said kazi ya garbage iko na do. Ni kweli. By the way kwanza uka on a fleet of garbage trucks. Hiyo ni do. Juu sasa hata sijui. Tunalipanga pesa ngapi? Tunalipanga trash unalipa tunalipanga what? $30 per month. $30 per month. About $30 per month kuchukuliwa trash. Na kuna some places wako na HOA ni kitu ina manage manyumba zenyu mali zinakaa. So nini mingi unapata huwezi enda kujitupia takataka. So lazima ulipe mtu akuja kuchukulia takataka. Thank you so much for the gift. Lazima ulipe mtu akuja kuchukulia takataka. So alafu takataka ziko na days. Kama sasa yangu hiyo uchukuliwa Friday. Na lazima ulipe hawa say actually wait it's more than $20. It's more than $30. Karibu uko 40 something. $40 per month. Alafu uko na manyumba $40 mtu wangu, alafu na unajua kuchukua nini inaendaga tu hizo garbage trucks ziko automated. Sengine hata hawa wase watokagi. Inatoka nini? Una drive tu unasimama mahali ziko garbage, unachukua unamwaga inaenda. Unachukua so madere tu ndio una haya. Una ni route. Kazi tu ku drive matrucks na kuchukua trucks hivyo tu. Ukikuwa na matrucks kibao by the way unaweza omoka. Kazi ya garbage hiyo ni kazi ya takataka. Itakutengenezea do kama kitu kingine. Alafu sasa ujue sasa story ya trucks juu unakutangaza ingine unapataga. Unaweza kuwa hata na side hustle ya hiyo. Juu unaonaga historia ya watu kutupa. Watu tupa vitu poa, watu tupa vitu tu. Ukakuwa na nini nyingine, biashara nyingine una hook up biashara ya ku recycle. Unaweza fanya hivyo pia. Una recycle ama unachukua hizo vitu. Kuna watu wanatumianga hizo vitu watu wametupa kufanya vitu zingine. Hizo unaweza recycle metal ama unaweza tumia parts za vitu kama mtu anatupa kitu kama vacuum na iko na parts zinafanya kazi, ama mtu anatupa equipment, mtu anatupa TV, mtu anatupa vitu, mtu anatupa fridge, anatupa nini. Saa nyingine watu wanatupaga kwa sababu wanataka ku-upgrade. Unapata watu wametupa simu, mtu ametupa iPhone, mtu hata ajui unaweza uza iPhone 11 na iPhone 12, lakini juu ame-upgrade iPhone 13. Kuna wengine by the way wanatupanga. Unapata wako na iPhone 6, iPhone 7, 8, 9, 10 huko zinatupwa. Watu wanatupa kwa trash. Wanatupa kwa recycling. So, watu wangu wa YouTube, passport sahi kuna delay. Wakupata passport mbio wanatumia medical reasons and scholarships pale counter 16. So umesikia hiyo watu ati wakupata passport mbio wanatumia medical reasons and scholarships pale counter 16. What are the chances of getting a non-immigrant visa? What are the chances? Ni vile tu kesi yako utapresent. The way you present your case determines kama utapata. Vile tu ni vile kujipreparation. Unaona kama sasa hiyo nini yote nimewapatia manini mob. Manini mob unaweza kuja. Agricultural farm shows kibao unaweza kuja. Ukachukua moja, alafu na kitu unafanya uziconnect poa mtu wangu. Alafu uende pale uchapiane story mzuri. Mse haizi kunyima juu uko na proof. Hii ndio kitu mimi nafanya na hii ndio kitu naenda kufanya US. As in purpose yako iko very clear, nini yako ties zako ziko strong, alafu the way unaji-explain iko transparent. uko na story transparent, uko clear, uko straight, uko direct, you're confident, una deliver nini yako. Mtu wangu pale ni nini tu. Pale tu ni story. Uko tu confident na story na nini na boom 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 boom. By there hawezi kunyima tu hivyo kwa sababu tu amesikia tu akunyime. Ukienda pale ujielezee poa na uko na story strong, ni hard kunyime. Juu hiyo ni bias. Akikunyima juu ya akwambie juu ya kitu tu bias, unaweza appeal. By kuna story ya kuappeal. Ukinyima visa unaweza appeal. Unaweza appeal kama unadhani kuna the reason, kuna a very reason why ulinyimwa yenye haikuwa fair kwako. So hizo haezi tu kunyima tu hivyo. No wonder mimi na ukijua, by the information is power. Information is power kwa sababu ukijuanga wewe na ujue information, ujue what rights uko nazo, vile vitu unafaa kufanya. What belong. Unajua ukiwa pale hivyo msia kunyime, uko na right ya kuuliza, why did you deny me my visa? Na kupatia reason. Haizi tu kuambia I'll not tell you. I just denied you because I feel like it. Zile vitu pale zimerekodiwa. Lakini wewe ukikuwa ni kama sasa polisi saa nyingine watu wausi, lakini usiku hapo ndio unasikiaga watu wameshutiwa hizo story ya kusimama for your rights na nini na kadhalika. But pale kwa embassy, mtu wangu, jua rights zako. Ni right yako kujua kwa nini ulinyimwa visa. So cause hiyo inaweza kuwa grounds ya wewe kuappeal. Jua kikwambia kitu tu nimekunyima kwa sababu wewe unakaa mzee sana. Unaweza enda ati umenyimwa kwa sababu ati akwambia tu unakaa mzee. Mtu wangu, usome pale Constitution ya America, utaona discrimination. You cannot discriminate based on age, mtu wangu. Hiyo ni lawsuit yenye US watakulipa na wakupatie visa ukuje hapa US. So ni ukijua nini zako, mtu wangu, ina nini. When you win a DV lottery, ni ukicheza information poa, kama ulijaza, ndio maana ni poa kujifanyanga vitu tu, utaconfirm details zako ziko correct. Kama information yako ina match na ukienda pale hivyo story yako ina match, ni ngumu kunyimwa DV lottery kama kila kitu iko sawa documentary wise. Kama kuuza aluminium copper, kuna nini pia unaweza uza hizo machuma, hizo metal ukicollect. Inahitaji how much hivi. Mimi ni mkulima wa insects, cockroaches, crickets and organic chicken. Hizo shows naweza kuja aje? Johnson ndio umeingia. Cheki nini, tukimaliza hii show, angalia hii video. Nimekushow kuna one of them ilikuwa ya chicken, na nitaweka hiyo website ya hiyo chicken hapo hivyo. Uende ucheki. Ukiklik kwa hiyo website inakupatia nini? Inakupatia options. Register, attend. So una click hapo, una register. Alafu ukitaka akutumie invitation letter yenye utatumia kwenda embassy, unamwandikia tuka email. Kila website ya kila link nimekupatia ya nini iko na contact person, atakupatia everything you need to kuja. Kwanza hiyo poultry ni kubwa huko Minnesota. Atiabu explain requirements za kazi za mkono. Do women do it? Yeah. Sijui, hapa hivi equality. Anything a man can do, a woman can do. Hakuna jobs ati unaenda mining, mademu wako. Construction, mademu wako. Anything. Plumbing, mademu wako. Mechanic, mademu wako. Mademu wako kila mahali. Hakuna kitu dema hawezi fanya hapa. Hakuna kitu mweusi hawezi fanya hapa. Ati nipate wa kuni-invite huko. Buda, si nimetoka hapa mazee, nimespend hii time yote nimekuwa nikupatia reasons unaweza kuja hapa bila kuinvitiwa, bila kuhostiwa. Ukiapply to any of these shows zingine by the hata ni bure kukuja. Unataka tu upigwe invitation. By the kuna story mliongelea na Dama about CNA. I want to enroll to that program. So personally mimi sijui siwezi verify nini hiyo labda uongea na Dama. Hiyo si kitu sija dig in kwa hiyo story ya CNN. Najua story ya nursing. I think alikuwa anaongelea story ya community college na nini na of which hiyo labda personally umuulize ata explain. Mimi hiyo siwezi kuambia nini. Sijapiga research na hiyo story. Community colleges by the way sengine wakisamaga. Community colleges I think hiyo video nilifanya iko hapa YouTube. Community colleges iko na an extra level of complexity ukienda interview nayo, kwa sababu lazima convince officer, huyo visa officer, as in kwa nini huku apply just a college, a regular university, kwa nini uli apply a community college. Community college zina acceptance yake ni iko open, inaweza accept to anybody. Alafu mazi ukikuwa tu umeadmitiwa tu community colleges na grades zako haziko poa, inafanya hiyo video by the way ina nini, ina premiere soon. Inaitwa reasons why you'll be denied a student visa hapa YouTube. Nimekupatia hizo vitu, nimekubreakia down. Part of it ni hiyo story ya community colleges. Bana, watu wangu dabotapini musilale. Makaren requirement za kazi ya mkono hakuna, ni effort tu. Kama uko na effort na uko willing kulearn, utapewa kazi. Kazi za mkono by the way hazina nini. Jua sengine unapata nini hata hukuenda high school, lakini utapata juu pale kushika spana mtu wangu hahitaji nini. Ile hahitaji nini. Requirement za jobs ya driver lazima uwe na hiyo CDL. Saloon the same thing too. Actually na nini, unajua mimi hujinyoa kwa sababu hapa kwetu nilijaribu kutafuta kinyozi nikakosa. Juu watu wengi hapa wazungu hawajui kunyoa nywele zetu. So mimi nimeenda mara kadhaa nikafukuzwa, nikaambiwa I'm sorry but we're not able to cut your hair because hawaelewi. So kazi za saloon ulizeni mademba nao. Mademba hapa watakuambia. Saloon hiyo ni kazi, hiyo ni job ingine mazee, very lucrative, kwa sababu unasuka tu mtu piece alafu unamuitisha ile do analipa. Mademba analipa huko, unasikia sijui $300, $400, $500, $600 kusukwa tu piece. Ukiconvert hiyo do na Kenya, hata utaki kuconvert hiyo do na Kenya shillings, kwa sababu inakaa ridiculous kwenda kusukwa piece alafu mtu anakulipisha $400. $400 ni kama unasukwa alafu mtu anakulipisha kitu kama 45k ya Kenya, 45 shillings. Mshahara ya watu kadhaa ndio unasukwa nayo nywele. Kazi za saloon bana, ukaweza tu upenye. Kwanza ukikuja, kuna video nilifanya hapa YouTube ya nini? Ya cosmetologist. Hiyo ni saloon. Hiyo sasa story ya saloon na hair dressing na nini. So ukaweza kukuja na hiyo njia, alafu inini ikuwe job. Man, umeomoka. Housing ya huko, ukitaka kujua housing ya huko nafanyanga nimeanza trend ya kufanya video hapa YouTube na compare nini, not sana na kushow vile jobs hapa zinalipwa. I think nilianza na nursing, next nitafanya ni teaching, na kushow vile jobs hapa zinalipa na kushow cost of living. So unalipaje unalipaje nini hizo vitu zote na cost of living, actually ndio unabaki nayo, alafu na kushow some of the links unaweza enda kuapply hizo jobs. Ama kama ya nursing nilikushow wale ma agents wanaweza kukuleta hapa, legitimate agents wanaweza kukuleta hapa na nursing. So kama ujaingia YouTube yangu The Kenyan American Home, utapata hizo video hapa hivi. Cleaning housemaid, unaweza anza kazi zako. By the way, kuna ma cleaners. Hizo majob mingi, makampuni mob za cleaning zinaoniwa na wa Mexicans. Mademo wa Mexicans. Na wanapata do. Kwanza ukipata ma contracts za kusafisha maofisi. Unajua maofisi by the way watu na zinakuanga safi hizo. Hata saa nyingine unashanganga wanaosha nini. Maofisi za Amerika zinakuaga safi design na lazima ikuje isafishwe. Yaani kazi rahisi na unalipwa kwanza poa sana ukisafisha ofisi versus nyingine kusafisha nyumba ya mtu. Mtu wako huko anafaa awe na how much? Mtu kama huko ina depend unakuja na njia gani? Refurbished phone. Hapana, hiyo story ya kutupa ma phone si refurbished, ni phone mpya. Unajua hapa watu upgrade kila mwaka. So unapata nini? Unapata iPhone 13 ikitokea walikuwa pengine alikuwa na iPhone 10, alikuwa na iPhone hiyo iPhone hizo anatupa juu anatumia ingine. Wengine hata wauzangi. Kuna wengine wanauza used phones na kuna wengine tu wanaziacha hapo. Zina collectiwa mingi. Naona hizi nifanye nazo nini? Na ajui hakuna mtu amekuja akasema si nisaidie na hii phone niende nipatie watu hawana nini, wanazitupa. Well, we pick up copper and other types of metal. We make more selling than junk removal. Ndio hiyo the move hapo. The move uko na job hapa, una nini? Uko na kampuni hapa. I'm Kenya. Can someone get a job? He can only drive, no any other certificate. Lazima uchape, tabidi umechapa nini? Umechapa driving test ya hapa hivi, which singumu. But if you overstay your visa, a lawyer will be required. Yeah, kweli. Ndio mnasikianga vitu ni bure, kumbe ni uongo. Vitu ni watu as in unajua zingine ni nini? Sasa uko hapa US opportunities ni mingi. Vitu za kuokota sana unless ni nini bana. Juu sasa mimi nitoke niende niokote vitu jirani ametupa. Unless niko kwa hiyo business pengine ya kucollect hizo ma junk na nini, niko na biashara nafanyaga hivyo. Unajua kuna watu thrift. So kuna mtu anatembeaga, hiyo ni biashara yake, ana thrift. So anachukua hiyo kitu either anaenda na fix, anauza used items. But kuokota vitu hiyo ni nini bana. Hiyo ni vitu tulikuwa tutafanya either ukiwa kole. Sasa ile huku anga na nini? Huku aga na kakiru. From April ukifanya job ya CNA for 1 year you're eligible for permanent residence. Hiyo sijasikia. Tukifanya job ya CNA for 1 year. Ni nani anakuja rugby 7? Unaenda nani? Laura. Isn't it mwisho wa hii mwezi someone told me lazima usomee Canada. College ni tough. Heri masters program through GMAT or GRE or TOEFL. Hata kuget loan ya kole niona sio mchezo. Yeah. Masomo ni nini? Masomo lazima ujitahidi. By the way, nimetoka video yangu ya kama unafikiria kukuja kole uni hapa hivi as an international student. Hiyo video yangu I think niliangusha ili premiere jana. So kama unataka step by step process ya kuapply for college as an international student, nimekupatia step by step ile kitu unahitaji kufanya, nikakupatia links za kufanya GRE, GMAT, GRE TOEFL. Ukitaka kupractice bure nikakupatia hiyo nini, alafu nikakupatia nikatumia example ya University of Memphis hapo Tennessee, nikakushow kupatia link za masters, PhD, alafu requirements zinahitajika ndio nini kuapply hiyo process, nikakupeleka. So nimekupeleka hiyo process pole, nikakushow everything you need to know. Alafu in a couple days scholarship yangu yenye nilikuja nayo USA, hiyo video ina drop pia. Hivyo tu watu, alafu mseme msaidiwe. Ni sawa tu, by the way. Ni sawa tu. Mimi nitaweka tu hapo, mwenye atasaidika amesaidika, mwenye hatasaidika ni sawa tu. Process ya nursing kuja US bila agent ni aje? Ni poa, tumia agent. Ma agent wa nursing ni wapoa kwa sababu nini, hiyo process yote by the way wanakulipia hizo do wanakulipia, alafu utawarudishia baadaye. Alafu ni poa. Work visa ni complicated kujijazia. So tumia agent. Au my agent waine nilikupatia kwa hiyo video, registered nurse. Ray Wahoo, much love from Botswana. Hi Botswana. Hi Wahoo. Hebu niulize, unaweza peana invitation mbili ya conference pale? Hapana, unaenda tu na moja. Hakuna haja mbili. Kuja US yeah. Kuna agent akona job ya caregiver connections. Kuna agent, ni swali unauliza. By the way, tukiwa kwa live yangu, nani alikuwa amesema, Dama alikuwa amesema atanitumia link inasema ati au pair Kenyans wako disqualified from au pair. Bado sijapata link. Hakuna kitu ina show ati huwezi kuja US as an au pair. Sengine wanakuwa, I think ni au manini. Sengine ukitumia ma agents hawajui watakumisguide. But ukitumia au designated juu nini, travel.state.gov iko na designated sponsors. Jaribu hao. Sengine ukinini Kenya ukiona Kenya hawatumii sana, unaweza enda a different nini. Unaweza enda a different country. Jaribu from hapo hivyo. So jaribu from the Gulf, from nini. So yeah. But au pair USA iko. Au pair ni caregiving. Lakini au pair iko na nini, iko na age limit 18 to 26 years. Na information yote nilifanya live hapa, by the way, nikafanya live ya au pair. Hiyo information iko hapa YouTube. Hizo info ziko. Na jaribingi kwa nini, by the way, nafanyaga. Unaona kama sasa historia nini ya trade shows. Nilipiga research, nikawaletea variety. Variety yote utapata kwa hii video. Variety. Na sipendagi kufanya vitu tu kinini hivyo tu. Nataka gani pige nikupatie kitu information ya ukweli pure, na iko na receipt, iko na website. Manini mingi watu wangu. Tumekuwa hapa for how long? 2 hours, 2.5 hours. Yeah. Watu wangu, guy. Nilikuwa nadhani nakuja hapa wana. Na hizo maswali zimekuwa mingi. Process ya kuwa husband ama fiance gani huwa rahisi kukam? The same thing tu. Naendelea kuambia. Marriage based visa. Niliwafanyia video iko hapa tu YouTube, imekaa tu hapo hivyo na views 3. Si 3 but imekaa tu hapa. Marriage based visas. Nikakucompare. Ukitaka kufile K1 which is the fiance visa, ama utaka kufile marriage based visa, spouse visa. Nikakucompare bei ya vitu hizo zote mbili, time itachukua ndio ujimekia decision uone ni gani utaenda nayo. Haya tuendelee. Watu wangu, yani mlisema mtanifikisha 50k. Nitashinda tu nikiongea hapa tu. Aki. Mpaka mdomo yangu umedry. Leo umeamua haulali. Aki. Leo ni kama pharmacy connections. Nitafanya hiyo. Kuna msee by the way aliniuliza kwa hiyo video registered nurse. One of the things nilisema kwa hiyo video ni kama unataka nikupigie video ya job nikupigie compa video ya job hapa US vile wanalipa, nikubreakia down cost of living, alafu nikupigie information about kama ni links unaweza pata hiyo job. Nikwambia tu the only nini utafanya, enda kwa hiyo video ya registered nurse, acha comment niambie an average pharmacist analipoaje Kenya, an average whatever electrician analipoaje Kenya. Mimi ndakupigia hapa ndakupigia video nikubreakia down, nikupatie links kama ni jobs unasaka, links za remote ama pia links za kupata jobs hapa hivi in person ya hiyo kama pharmacist ama kitu kama hiyo. Pharmacist by the way wanalipa poa sana hapa US. Lakini nilishangaa sana pharmacist wanalipa peanuts hapo mtaa. USA kuna au pair. Na until nilisema by the way nilisema tu hivyo live. Until mtu akuja nipatie link inasema hauwezi kuja au pair kama wewe ni Mkenya. Mimi sijapata, nitumieni hiyo link. Hiyo link inasema tuwezi kuja au pair USA. Because ukienda travel.state.gov, uangalie J1 programs, 14 programs. Au pair is one of them. Inakupatia all the information. Hakuna anywhere ina mention these countries are barred from coming. Hakuna anywhere inasema ukitoka hii country hauwezi kuja au pair USA. So yeah, najua saa ingine au ma sponsors wanaweza kuwa pengine wamepata shida na a certain country, so hawapendagi concentrate na hao, but kuna 14 designated sponsors au ma agents travel.state.gov wamepeana, na nilikupatia links by the way, nilikupatia links hapo kwa hiyo video. Enda uangalie, enda ujaribu. Wapigie waulize. Usisikize tu ati usikie ati opea nini. Wapigie waulize. Wakisema hatutakuchukua by the way kuja uniambie. Niliwa contact wakasema ati hawataki nini. Apart from green card, which is the best way to come to the US. Mtu wangu. You mean apart from DV lottery? Watu misuse green card. Green card unaweza kuja green card. Green card ni nini? Green card ni permanent residency. So I think unauliza apart from DV lottery. DV lottery ni hiyo watu wanatezanga. DV lottery, ukicheza DV lottery ushinde utapata green card. Sawa. But kuna njia mingi sana unaweza pata green card. So apart from DV lottery, which is the best way to come to the US. Njia ni mob by the way, inadepend. Lakini kama B1 B2 inaenda haraka, kama hopefully hakuna backlog kubwa ya nini waiting time. B1 B2, so hii story tulikuwa tunafanya leo B1 B2, ukiweza kuchapa kesi yako poa, hiyo itakuleta. Marriage inachukua some time, but hiyo pia haikuagi mbaya in terms of kukuja shule, mapepa zako zikiwa right, na shule na uapply scholarships. Otherwise jipange ile time unakuja. I think ndafanya hiyo video. Kuja spring semester ndio. Ukianza spring semester ndio uchape spring semester, alafu uingie summer. Ukiingia summer ukiwa kama student wanakuwa lao ufanye 40 hours a week. Kitu naweza kuambia, enda mahali kama Washington. chapa kazi kama kitu kama kitu kingine. Tengeneza do, ingia fall semester. Umetengeneza do, hopefully inaweza kulipia fall semester na fall semester na saa ingine kidogo spring. Juu ukianza shule unaweza chapa 20 hours a week. Alafu pia ukiwa ingenious, ukiwa mtu unaweza jituma, unaweza pata fanya kazi hapa na pale. So kuna watu baadhi usurvive hivyo kishule. Unapata unachapa hiyo 20 hours, lakini on the side kuna msee anaendaga na mow alone, anashavulia snow, anaoshea watu vyombo, anafanyia nini hivyo, na unachotwa before juu ushaunganisha. Alafu pale shule ukiwa pale unaweza ambia payment plan. Unaambia hii do yangu ndalipa in installment. Si lazima ulipe do yote, unaweza chapia hivyo. So unapata hata hizo do za unaweza extend. Ile do ulikuwa umetengeneza sama inavurutwa. Do by the time unamaliza ulichapa hiyo fall spring, sama unaingia the same way. Unaanguka kama hapo Washington. Unachapa kazi bila unachapa kazi kama chapa kazi kama utaishi tena. Unatengeneza do unakuja unafanya hivyo. But pia ukijipanganga hivyo utajikuta umemaliza shule. But pia ukiapplying ma scholarships. Juma scholarships mingi huenda bila kutumiwa. Opea Mkenya to USA ni hard. Mkenya, but ukiwa na how to do the interview in case in South Africa, Algeria, Egypt, chances are high to get the J1. Yeah, Johnston amesema ukitumia other countries like South Africa, Algeria, Egypt unaweza pata. But why not try? Watu usemaga tu ati ni hard, lakini sijasikia watu wamesema mimi nilijaribu Opea nikashindwa. Nasikiaga tu watu wanasema wezi. Jaribu, kuna 14 designated sponsors. Wezi jua one of them anaweza kuwa ako willing to work na wewe. So jaribu hivyo. Alafu pia hiyo video pia J1, other J1 tulikuwa tunaongea ni camp counselors na hizo jobs pia ziko. So njia ni mingi mtu wangu. J1 by the way ni one of the underutilized ways yenye inaweza kuleta hapa haraka. Kuja hapa kama camp counselor, that means unakuja unachapa kazi during summer. Chapa kazi 3 months unarudi mtaa. Unakuja next summer unachapa kazi 3 months unarudi mtaa. Yaani unatengeneza do ya mwaka mzima juu hiyo do ya 3 months by the way inaweza kusurvivisha mtaa for 2 years. So unakuwa tu wewe tu unakujanga tourist. Juu ukikuja hapa hiyo camp counselor by the way na upatane na camp mzuri, itakutembeza around the US. Ile kampuni umekuja nayo, ile sponsor umekuja nao, unaweza kuwa unaishi life sana bana. Unaishi life. Si lazima hata uishi hapa Amerika. Unakuaga tu unakujanga unatengeneza do yako unarudi mtaa. Unatengeneza do yako unaenda kula, unaenda mtaa. Na ulizaje bro, msi akiwa na HIV positive anaweza come States? Yeah, unaweza kuja. Unaweza kuja US ukiwa HIV positive. Live pharmacist. Thank you by the way for 50k. Thank you for 50k. Kazi ni kazi. Pardon, website nitapost kwa hii video ya YouTube. So nimekuwa nikifanya TikTok na YouTube pamoja. So nikimaliza live i process nitapost hizo links zote kwa hiyo video. So utaziona hizo agricultural shows zote. I think juu ya time naweza na wacha nijiekelea, alafu pengine naweza kesho nikirauka ngware utapost hizo links, but video itakuwa yenyewe. Video itakuwa watunguyas buda watu tumekaa sana, tumekaa high school grade hazimati, bora tu ulimaliza. Watu wanaingia, by the way, watu wanaingia hapa hivi. Kama umeuliza swali yake nimekumiss, pole. Watu wanaingia hapa, kama ndio unaingia hapa saa hii. Hii video leo tulikuwa live, tulikuwa tunafanyia agricultural shows zina happen 2023 hapa US. So agricultural shows na agricultural and farm trade shows. Hizo zina happen, zinaweza kukuleta hapa. Zinaweza kukuleta hapa na B1 B2 visa. Hiyo ndio show tulikuwa tunafanya leo. So kama umearrive sahi, ulihata, but good thing sijakuacha juu nimekuwa nikirekodi hii video yote, hii live yote YouTube. So kama umehata hiyo show, enda pale YouTube. Ikimaliza utaweza kuona video yote. Tumekava ground kibao. Leo tumekava ground kibao. So yeah. So mufanyaga hizi live. Na mufanyaga hizi live design. Juu nilikam kunotice naingiaga hapa TikTok, napigia watu mainfo, alafu nikishapigia watu mainfo nini bana. Alafu inakuwa TikTok inakuwa si save hizo lives. So ndio ni one of the reasons nimekuwa nikifanya hivyo. So nikiendaga live naenda live TikTok na YouTube. Ndio at least nikibonga hiyo show na nini inaseviwa YouTube for anyone mwenye anataka kuona. Kuna mtu ameuliza companies ziko na visa sponsorships. Mkitaka naweza fanya hiyo live next. YouTube yangu ni The Kenyan American Home. Hiyo ndio YouTube yangu. Mkitaka tunaweza fanya hiyo live, ama mnataka tufanye nini next? Tukiendaga next mnataka tufanye nini? I heard that ukiwin the lottery unafanya medical twice huku Kenya na ukifika US. Hiyo sijasikia ya ukifika US. Msea shawa ifanya interview ya camp counselor visa, anichapie venye iko. Ni the same tu nini? Same tu visa na ni the same tu thing na visit visa. But ni vile tu unakuja hapa, but lazima same tu case na B1 B2. Juu ni non-immigrant. So lazima ushow ties, lazima ushow unarudi. The same WhatsApp group na nini na visit visa. We do companies ziko na visa sponsorships next. Okay. Kuna mtu aliniambia njia asylum ni mzuri kupata mapepa haraka. Woi, hapana, hiyo ni uongo, alikudanganya. Mtu alikudanganya story ya asylum alikunini. Sasa kuna watu wamekaa 4 years. Asylum ateni. Topics ni mingi tunaweza bonga. Topics ni kibao na information iko. Topics ni mingi. Asylum si mimi naongeaga na wao watu hapa. Watu wamekaa 5 years, 6 years. Hawajaipata paper. Pale kama Washington mazie backlog ni kubwa. Wacha niandike hiyo visa. Backlog ni kubwa. Watu wengi by the siku hizi naongeaga nao. Hao mabeshto wangu wote wako kwa asylum. Unapewa nini? Unapewa work permit, but unakaa nini? Alafu unajua asylum iko na nini mbili. So kuna topics kibao sana tunaweza bonga story ya asylum. Hiyo ni story watu wengi hawaongeagi. Tunaweza bonga story ya asylum. Juu asylum iko na nini? Kuna chances mbili. Kuna asylum, alafu ukinyimwa, wakikataza asylum, juu si lazima upewe by the way. Ukifile asylum si lazima upewe. Unaweza nyimwa. Ukinyimwa na option ya kwanza ya asylum, unaenda kwa koti. Ukienda kwa koti, sasa hapo ndio nini? Hiyo kesi yako. Na hiyo time yote inaweza chukua while. Unapata wase wengi wako kwa hiyo process. Unaenda unanyimwa. But in the meantime wanakupatia ka option. Ukipata mseu mari unaweza ifinga ndani. change from asylum to kupata mtu. So haya watu wangu, niambieni mnataka tuongee nini next? Ati naweza kuja na familia yangu na visit visa. Please advise. Unaweza kuja but itabidi umeenda na familia yako kwa nini? Kwa visa. Umeenda na familia yako kwa visa. Unachapa visa, mnakuja pamoja. So but unaweza kuja na familia. Lakini sana watu visit visa, sana watu huenda solo. Watu huenda solo. Apart from DV visa, mse apate skills haiko USA but benefits the economy na aende kama mwanafunzi ablend masomo yake na USA. Yeah, actually kuna a way unaweza pata green card. Nilikuwa nimeongelelea, inaitwa national interest waiver. Ukiprove either ile kitu umesomea unaweza bring a positive impact ndani ya USA. Wanaweza kuchapia green card through your process ya national interest waiver. Hiyo video bado ndaichapa. Hiyo video bado inakuja. Ukipata msee amefanya interview ya camp counselor pale embassy, ni connect. Wako wengi. Mimi najua maboys wengi sana by the way wanafanyaga. Unajiitaje? Josh the General. Wako wengi sana. Nitumie message hapa YouTube ndaku sidebar. Nikwambie, nikutumie contact ya mtu amekuja hapa na hiyo camp counselor. Aya, watu wangu. Ati mlisema between thanks. Mlisema mnataka tufanye topic gani next? Ndio nipige research. Gani next? Next week. Wacha tuangalie next week by the way. Next week tuko wapi? Next week by the way. Next week Friday nitakuwa Portland. Next Friday nitakuwa Portland, Oregon. So kama kuna mtu wako hapa wa Portland, Oregon, niambie by the way tukunywe kachai. Kama uko hapa na wewe ni mtu wa Portland, Oregon, niambie tukunywe kachai. Aya. Mbona ukipata mtoto na mtu then akienda USA ana block? Hiyo ni kitu kingine nimekuwa nikiongelelea by the way. Maboys wamekaa wakachanuka. Maboys hawataki kukuja hapa wapate watoto. So ile kitu wanafanya, wanapatia madem ball before watoke. Juu wanajua kulea Kenya ni cheaper than kulea hapa US. So anaacha na madem kawa 3 hivyo na ball. Anashinda green card, ball. Atakuwa anatumia nini? $100 na nini? Ndio nasikia juu wanajua ukikuja hapa bedhe kulea hapa ni kazi. Mimi niko na waine mtu wangu. Ile pesa inakula hapo bwana. Ile kazi iko hapo. Unajua mtoi huwezi hapa US huwezi acha tu mtoi kwa hao. Useme ati umeenda mahali urudi. Mtoi lazima kuwa certain age ndio umwache kwa hao. So hauwezi acha watoi peke yao. Otherwise utachukuliwa watoi na state watachukuliwa. So hiyo ndo kata watu wana nini? Hiyo ndo kata maboys wanafanya. Wakishinda green card, wanaenda wanaambia madem, nimeshinda green card nini, na hiyo excitement dem anadhani umse nikibaki na bole yake pengine atani invite. Kumbe umse na yeye ana kata yake. Anataka aache mtoto alafu mtoto alelewe Kenya. Ndio sikuja kupigwa hii nini hapa. So mademo nakuta mazee. Niachwa hivyo na akikuwa mbaya by the way ndio huyo anakublock. Ndio nakuja hapa anapata nini? Nakuja hapa anapata wase wengine. Destiny Eric, unajua more about your website ya CashApp. ati council for the accreditation of educator preparation. Hiyo sijui. Nimeona hiyo website but sijui story ya CashApp. Wako wapi? Nicheki hiyo contact us. Nicheki wako wapi. Kitu poa na hapa ni mtu akiekanga kinamba tu hivyo, unajua unaweza piga. Upige usikie kama ati wako. Acha nipige hii namba. Siwezi piga hiyo namba. Acha nicheki hiyo namba ni gani. Wanasema wako DC. DC sio CC. Hiyo CashApp wanasema wako DC. 202. Yeah. Accreditation. Acha nicheki accreditation, nicheki wako accredited wapi. Wajasema wameakreditiwa wapi. Ati wako na 2022 fall CashApp registration is now open. CashApp will be hosting 2 workshops for those interested in taking a deeper dive. The workshop ni $200. Mbona hii kitu inakaa hivi tu yani. Alafu hata wakuambia wako accredited wapi. Sijui. I don't know. Siwezi kujibu hii. Siwezi kujibu. Hawajasema hata wako accredited wapi. Ati hello, ni aje, nimekuchapia story ya Camp Cans. Fiti nani? Josh. Nipiga star. Ndaconnect na wewe ni kushow. Ndaconnect na wewe ni kunini. Tubonge hiyo story ya Camp Counselor. Unalenga story yangu. Mimi sijalenga story. Nilikuwa najibu mtu. Jan, una nini? Umeuliza nini Jan? Uliza tena. Leo hutaki guest. Man, sitaki guest juu tukiingia ni guest. Tutaishi hapa mpaka milele. Josh da nini ni kuconnect. Connect na boys amefanya camp counselor. Maybe you explain to them, then they can allow you, otherwise you're supposed to go inside alone. Bro, yeah, unaweza come. HIV si nini? HIV si njia ya kunini? Si njia ya inafanya unanyimwa. Can you do live moja ya where to live ukishinda DV, where jobs are more, life is cheaper? Where to live. Tunaweza ongea hiyo story ya states na jobs na opportunities na nini. Ni watu mulivote tunaongea topic gani next week? Hopefully next week inaweza kuwa tricky juu niko Oregon na sijui kama mkahawa itakuwa na internet ya maana. Sijui kama mkahawa itakuwa na internet ya maana. Topic ya options za place unaweza ishi and the range prices ya rent na manyumba huko. Topic ya asylum. Job za mkono. Haya. Itakuwa ngumu by the way kuhost msea ujui ni ngumu. Kuhost mtu wa ujui ni ngumu bana. Inakuwa ngumu juu wataniitisha tax return yangu. Wataka kuona natengeneza pesa ngapi. Unajua kutumia tax return yangu itabidi na kutumia personal information yangu. Na kasi kujui bana inakuwa ngumu. Naona mimi nawapatia hizi options zingine za kama ya leo. Je, unaweza kuja bila kutafuta host. Juu host kama ujui mtu saa nyingine inakuwa ngumu. Pauline. Yeah. Pauline. Sasa ambiaje bibi yangu. Kuna kadema hapo hivyo kana kaka yellow. Tunajuana aje? Ama nataka niambiwe nilale kwa kiti. Topic ikuwe how Kemboi can get papers. Kuna options kibao. Kemboi. Papers. Even though by the way hiyo Kemboi nimefanya video. Ya vile unaweza change but tunaweza bonga story ya Kemboi even more. Breakdown ya DV lottery winners from the first step to breakdown. Steps za DV lottery. Haya watu wangu. Kuna mtu mwingine ako na topic tumeacha nyuma? Kuna mtu mwingine naweza kusaidia kutafuta host. Nani? By the way. Kuna video nilipost ya msi ako na visa kuna job nilipost ya msi ako na visa anatafuta mtu wa host. Naweza kusaidia kutafuta host. So shinda kwanza. Tutaongea. Ukiwa na visa tuta nini? Volunteer jobs. Mbona unataka volunteer jobs? Uko US? Unataka kulipwa? Okay. The do's and don'ts. Hiyo ni mzuri by the way. Kwa sababu watu wanateseka sana hapa. Watu wanateseka sana hapa. By the way usipojipanga ukianza life yako hapa US unaweza kuja umia sana. Kwanza kuja upatane na manini hapa. Na credit card zinaweza kukumesa kama kitu kingine. Advice ya kupata madoo ya kukuja huko ties back home kwanza kama hauna property. Aya. By the way kama una property, topic tulikuwa tunaongelelea leo, purpose yako ukiwa mtaa inaweza kuwa one of the biggest ties unaweza pata. Si lazima ukuwe na kampuni, but unaweza anza initiative uanze kusaidia either watoi kwa nini, unaweza saidia watoi kwa kijiji yako, ama pia unaweza fanya story ya unaenda tu sengine hata una volunteer kwa farm ya kitu, alafu una develop an interest, unanunua nguruwe moja, alafu unakuja show ya manguruwe, unawaambia niko na manguruwe lakini nataka ni expand biashara. Asante Anita. Asante Anisa. Haya, story ya Kemboi iko sawa. Haya, tuvotini basi. Tuko na topics kadhaa. Tuvotini gani next? Sawa, tuko na visa sponsored companies, asylum, where to live ukikuja US, job za nini? Job za mkono, Kemboi, to paper, breakdown ya process ya DV lottery, do's and don'ts za kuishi USA, na ties kama hauna do. Aya, tuvotini the first to 5 the first to 5 wanashinda. Visa sponsored, where to live, Visa sponsored, do's and don'ts. Ndio nasema zote. Hatuwezi fanya zote. Wacha tunafanya in segments. So napendaga na chapa show moja na tuna exhaustio show, tunamaliza nini, alafu tunaenda kwa topic nyingine. Kemboi Papers Where to Live visa sponsored. Aya inaka hiyo visa sponsored, alafu pia Where to Live visa sponsored, Where to Live. Aya nani anasema DV lottery breakdown juu itakava mpaka Where to Live. Tunaweza fanya by the hizo zote, hizo mbili. How to get papers, doing segments, zote ni muhimu. Aya, colleges that don't require one to pay application fees. Ziko kadhaa hizo. Paper. Kemboi paper. Aya, favorable states to live as a new settler. Sawa sawa. Nimewashika watu wangu, nimewashika. Ndapiga hizo ni touch sana. Lakini tutafanya zote. Juu nimechukua notes, tutafanya zote. Nazifanya zote kama lives. Na mjue tukifanya live na irecord YouTube, so ukitaka kuja kuona utaona. Aya watu wangu. So wachani nikadoze aki. Wachani nikalala, mama watoto wasianze nini. Mama watoto wasianze nini, nianze kuambiwa wewe lala kwa kiti. Sitaki kulala kwa kiti. Aya, shukrani watu wangu by the way, na thanks sana. Thank you for the tappers, thank you for the gifters. Hopefully hopefully hii itasaidia watu. Tutaendelea tu kuwasaidia. Muwapatia information. Bana, ukibarikiwa umebarikiwa. Kakifunguka mazee, come through uniambie mazee. Asante. Ile titbit ulinipatia ilinisaidia sana. Otherwise mazee, bless up. Kwa heri YouTube.